Hello and welcome to the Computer Game Show. My name's David Turner and I'm here with Matt Murray.
Hello.
Sean Bell.
Hello.
And James Farley.
Hello, David.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah,
I
too
enjoyed
much
that.
already.
I thought that was
I've got
sarcastic, James. I wouldn't take that.
No.
Shut up. You're such a grass. You're such a old teacher. I think he was actually taking the piss out of you.
I take what I can get.
Oh, man.
Take what I can get. It's,
What?
No,
Sean Bell is the one that you don't like in class, isn't it? It's
How do you know
Shut
I
up,
was
Sean.
moderately well liked in
to do a test
school?
today. You know?
Has everyone else done their homework?
You must have done that, yeah, because I have. Do you remember in class when one person would hum and there was no way the teacher could work out who it is, even if they're looking at the whole class while they're humming? Did you ever do that one?
Yeah.
Sean would be the one
like
like behind going, it's David, sir.
It was him.
It's
Look,
David.
he's doing it. Look, he started it.
Look, ask everyone to open their mouth and see when the humming stops.
Like,
Shut
David
up, Sean.
organised it.
You'd be the one that, oh, Sean, can you stay after class, please? Not because you're in trouble, because he knows he could get all the information out of you. I hate you, Sean.
It's
We
that
would
thing,
like
isn't
to
it?
start-
It's, like, just calling someone like a prefect or a hall monitor is just the funniest thing sometimes. Like,
yeah. Right, we'd like to start the show by thanking our Patreon producers for this month. They are the full Nels crew. They are Aaron Patrick, Simon Nelson, Tom S, Jack Oven, Moomin Biscuit, Richard Sawyer, Dave Ernsberger, Colin Brown, Gazman, Gabby Pereira, Graham Mackay, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Man, Rocket Man 76, and please welcome to the full Nels crew. Everyone put your hands together for Ben Day.
Hey.
Yeah, come on, Ben Day. Let's have that. What a crew that is, the full Nels crew. If you would like to support us on Patreon, then please go to patreon.com/TCGS. We're currently planning our bonus podcast, hopefully recording soon, and of course our Talks Over. Is that locked in yet, Matt?
Yeah, that's happening this Wednesday. So if you're listening to this podcast on the day it comes out, it's happening tonight at 9:00.
It's quite an exciting week because we've got coverage all over the Twitch, haven't we? We're doing I'm stepping back. I'm turning off the internet, and I am not part of any of these streams. But we've got our E3. You're doing Talks Overs for all of them, Matt. Is that right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. That's the plan. We've got a spreadsheet with all the conferences, who can do it out of myself, James, and Sean. I think we're going to do everyone we can, pretty much. I mean, there's a couple we can do. Like we were going to do a PC gaming show, but sadly that does clash with the Microsoft show. So
I was absolutely devastated about this. I was so sad because I was really looking forward to it.
I mean, it's a terrible move on their part anyway, right?
Yeah, how are they going to do that on the E3 stream? Is it going to be like when the press conferences start, at 5 o'clock on BBC News, where they got like an expert on, he starts talking, they go, we have to stop you there, we're going to Microsoft. Do you know what I mean?
Sorry, something's better on the other
it.
channel. So we're just going to...
Well, yeah, so what it's going to be like, so Microsoft is like 6 to half 7, or so, I think in 90 minutes, 6 to half 7.
Mm-hmm.
And the PC Gaming Show, I think, starts at 7. So, yeah,
I mean, if we do a bit of
I know we missed the first half hour, but nothing really got announced. And here's the rest of the PC Gaming Show.
I mean, yeah, if we can, if we do some post-Microsoft, stroke Bethesda chat, and then just put the PC gaming stuff on in the background as we talk over it, and just turn the volume right down, and we can just be like, oh, is that yeah, that's the graphics card there. That'll be the next 15 minutes.
So, if I'm right, that all kicks off, our coverage all kicks off on twitch.tv/TCGS Co at 8 o'clock on Friday, right?
No, it starts Thursday. It starts Thursday for
really?
Summer Game Fest. The opening show. There's going to be 30 plus games/announcements there. And that's so. What we're going to talk about everything. There will be by the time you hear this, there'll be like a tweet or something on social media that shows all the various things we're talking over. Basically, the thing to remember is we'll be live 10 minutes before each one is happening. So go to our Twitch channel 10 minutes before any of the major conferences, and we'll be there talking over it for the conference. But it starts on Thursday at 10 to 6.
Yeah, the reason I bring up Friday, though, is that it's at 8 p.m. What conference are you talking over on the Friday?
Friday, it's the Koch Primetime Gaming stream.
Certainly is.
Okay. But shortly after that, we're going to be moving over to TLNA. We're going to make a little appearance on one of our favourite shows on Twitch, TLNA, Ian Lee and Catherine Boyle, a brilliant phone-in radio show. And we're going to, straight after that E3 coverage on Friday night, we're all going to be appearing on that show for a little interview and stuff. So be sure to be there on Friday evening. I think we're just going to do a raid, right? So that they can watch your coverage and then move over to watch TLNA, right?
Yeah. So when will you be leaving the internet, Dave? Because technically you should leave before Thursday, and then you'll go back on the internet.
Yes, no, I'm planning to leave the internet on Wednesday evening, but remember, we've been through this a million times, Matt. It's not about leaving the internet, because that would be impossible. It's about avoiding all E3 news. So
it's okay. You're only going on Twitch, aren't you? So
yeah, which should be no problem.
There'll be no E3 news on there.
No, actually, I don't need to go on Twitch. I don't actually need to go on Twitch, do I? Because I think it's all done over Zoom.
Oh, that's right.
So I'll just be on Zoom.
Yep.
Just as well.
Hey, look, Matt trying to catch me out.
Well, just have to check. It's okay, Dave. You'll probably just be able to share a track on iTunes to say, what's happening, everyone?
Yeah, I'll probably do that. Matt is the worst. He's got I don't think he quite understands the concept of what we do on our E3 shows. And be sure to tune in next week, because that's when we'll be covering the E3 conferences in full. And if you don't know how we do these things, I'm not watching a single thing. I'm avoiding the news from all E3. And next week, the other hosts will be describing what went down to me. Tradition is they'll drop a couple of lies in there. So I'm going to be paranoid throughout the whole recording, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Just to clarify on the Talks Over thing. Yeah, so by the time you hear this, the tweet would have gone out. We're going to talk over Summer Game Fest opening night, the Koch Primetime Gaming stream, Ubisoft Forward, Devolver Direct, the Devolver one, which you know what the day it is. It's Saturday the 12th, but no time as of yet. Microsoft's on the Sunday, Square Enix on the Sunday, and then Nintendo's on the Tuesday. 10 minutes before each one. But there'll be
going out on the Wednesday, right?
That
show should be up on the Wednesday normal time, right?
Show will be up on a Wednesday normal time, yes.
But the E3 coverage starts this week, so this week it's all about predictions. So we're going to do a bit of feedback, straight into the news. We're going to do our predictions, which I'll explain at the time, and then our usual emails. So I'm looking forward to it tonight. I know James is absolutely buzzing for this podcast. So,
yeah, this is the start of our E3. This is like the start of the trifecta of episodes.
It really is, and we didn't even know this was happening until like a couple of months ago, so that makes it extra special. Matt, come on, let's get on to feedback. What did they think of it last week? All love it?
Well, we're going to start TCGS.concerned. Very harsh dig from David on this week's podcast, saying that he, quote, met up with friends for the first time in ages, end quote. So what was that previous week when James came round? A business meeting with a colleague? Poor James. Someone give him a hug.
Oh, I think you've been a little bit picky there, haven't you? I was saying I was meaning those specific friends that I hadn't met up for ages. 2 years, in fact. So I was being very specific about that group of friends, and I wasn't discrediting James Farley as a friend, because we had quite an entertaining evening, didn't we, the week before, James?
We did, and I mean, to be absolutely clear...
Oh God, you sound hurt.
You sound absolutely hurt there. No, to be absolutely clear, I did also say that I didn't want to have a hug when we met, so, I was very clear about that.
Did we not hug when...
No, we didn't. I was very clear.
Did we not do the hug?
No, I was very clear I didn't want to do that.
Didn't do the hug?
Oh, right. No, I don't think we hugged. I think you're right, James. I didn't think I gave you a hug.
You just kissed.
Are you just not a hugger, James?
I'm not really, no. Yeah, okay. I'm not. Yeah, not in general, no.
And now you've got the excuse you always
Sean.
wanted. Yeah.
But Sean, at what facet of James's personality did you think he could possibly be a hugger? I mean, there's absolutely no chance of that. No chance. But okay.
Well, I'm going to remember that, James, when I don't hug you when I next see you. Okay, Tingle from Zelda. Hello, lads. As of last week, James has promised to breakdance, parkour, act in a Christmas panto, ride a motorcycle, and now host a TCGS Mastermind Edition. Of all of those, the most feasible is a live stream of the C64 game Breakdance, which asks players to imitate crudely animated on-screen poses. Based on previous streams, the Farley garage seems spacious enough.
James?
I don't know. Well, how am I supposed to emulate a C64 game? Because how would I do that?
Quite
I
easily.
I could do that. Yeah, actually, you're right. Actually, it would actually be very easy.
Download an emulator.
Although, but I don't own the original game, Sean, and that would be a bit of a problem.
Well, you'll have to scour eBay for an original copy of the tape.
I'll see if I get an original cassette of it. And,
or maybe it was on the Wii as a virtual console game for 15 quid or whatever they were charging for C64 games.
Ever thought about that?
Very possible.
About that?
Yeah.
It's too late. They've shut that store down now, haven't they?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
All right. You fucked it. Now you got to spend £700 on a Commodore 64 and a thing and the game on eBay. James.
I've actually got a Commodore 64 upstairs. If you want to borrow it, good luck figuring out how to stream it.
The best bit of that will be trying to load the game. Like with the
that'd be after the stream.
Error in syntax and all that kind of thing. It'd be brilliant.
Do you know what? Right, forget that. I'd rather just a dance mat game for James. One of those cheap ones that you used to get from the marketplace.
Yes.
I'd watch him do a dance mat for like an hour.
God,
that'd be entertainment.
I'd never last an hour.
See the screen.
It's never last an hour.
It'd be fucking hard work.
James,
I hate. Have a can-do attitude, please. Yeah,
have a can-dance attitude.
Yeah, come on.
James,
was
you
that
can get the
ever
C64 Mini,
though?
and that's got HDMI, so let's get that instead.
I've already got that.
I often think of that. You know those people that were like really good at dance mats and really good at Guitar Hero and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
When the fad just disappears, all that effort that they put in, do you reckon they're like a little bit gutted that no one gives a shit anymore? Like if someone come up to you when Guitar Hero was like peak popularity and played like the expert levels and was like, yeah, have a look at this, and you were like, whoa, and like you would go to just normal people and just go, look at this, look what I can do, wow, that's amazing.
I suppose, but that's that's video games in general. It's just that most people don't care about most video games.
Well, no, my point is this: is that you can transition a lot of your skills from, say, Call of Duty or whatever to other games, right, and stay relevant.
That's
true. You can't just whack out a plastic guitar or a dance mat anymore, can you? I go, look at what I can do.
Listen, mate. The sense of rhythm you get, right? That transfers.
Yeah, with your feet. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's it, because it's not dance mats. It's not dancing, is it? It's just hitting buttons with your feet.
But it was still well impressive when people were like, do you remember the arcades with the bars behind them?
Yeah.
And then they were leaning up on that and then doing little moves on them and stuff.
It's well difficult. And I'm not I'm not doing the whole we play guitar here. Have you tried playing a real guitar, actually, guys?
Oh, God.
Obviously, it's still impressive, but yeah. It's not dancing, is it? It's not dancing.
It's just
dancing.
You would be going to parties going, should we play Guitar Hero, guys? And people would be going, no. What? That was ages ago. Who's still got one of those?
There was someone.
It's annoying though.
Someone on Twitter the other day was like, "I'm looking for like this one specific type of Guitar Hero controller. It's like a USB one. It works on PCs. I really need one. Does anyone know where I can get one?" And it's like, fucking hell, the amount of those that have gone to landfill. Between then and now,
it's really annoying though, because I from time to time I keep on thinking, I'd quite like to play like Rock Band again. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you sent me a text. Was it you that sent me a text recently saying, "Have you got a drum set?" And I was like, I literally chucked it out last week.
And it's really annoying because you look on eBay and everything costs about £5,000 now because there's it's really annoying.
Oh man, we should have kept them all.
You should have sold them at least. It's like. Yeah, there's a lot of money at the moment. It's annoying.
I got to the point where I was just like, I just got to chuck everything out because I like the idea of let's hang on to this because it might be worth something on eBay, but then you never put it on eBay because you just never do. So it just sits in the cupboard for years. So I was just like, oh, fuck it, it's all going to landfill. sorry, Greta. Right, she's come up a lot recently. That's harsh, I think. Right, go on, Matt, let's go to the next one.
TCGS.co counterpoint. Hi guys, love the podcast, etc, etc. Now on to the real business. I feel I have no choice but to write to you in defense of Horizon Zero Dawn. I played the game in the opposite order to most people, way before I played Breath of the Wild, and I really enjoyed it. It was one of my favourite PS4 games. I completely understand that you guys didn't like it as much, but I really understand the constant comparisons with Breath of the Wild and criticism because of that. It seems like it's purely because they were released at a similar time. Tomb Raider and Ghost of Tsushima never get criticised because you can't climb every mountain, so why does Horizon Zero Dawn? The fact that the two games are trying to do very different things. Horizon Zero Dawn is much more narrative-focused game than Breath of the Wild. If it allowed you to climb every mountain and go wherever you wanted, then it would limit their ability to create the big dynamic story beats because you could access areas out of order, etc. Whilst Breath of the Wild is a good game, it's not focused on telling a complex, compelling story in the same way Horizon Zero Dawn is. Personally, if we have to compare them, I preferred Horizon Zero Dawn to Breath of the Wild because I thought the story was much better. The combat was much more complex and interesting, and the world felt more full because it was crafted and tunneled in a very specific way. Obviously, this is because I prefer those types of Sony formula games. Also, someone please give James a hug.
Well, we can't, can we? Because he's not a hug. We've established that.
We've just told you that.
I will say this counterpoint. I argued exactly this at the time, and I think what you said is bang on. Like, I found it weird how people were going, yeah, but Breath of the Wild, and I was like, yeah, but it's a different game. It's a completely different game. They're trying to do different things. It would be weird if, like, the Horizon Zero Dawn, you could just, like, climb mountains all the time and all that sort of thing. They were just doing different things. But I think you're right. It was just unfortunate that they come out, like, within a week of each other. So, and they were both open world games.
I mean, isn't pretty much it?
I really enjoyed it. I already said I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. It's just, but these counterpoints are fair enough as well. You know, it is much more narrative focused than Breath of the Wild. And, yeah,
but surely the point is that, like, yeah, they're similar in that they were both open world games, but Breath of the Wild actually felt like it was doing something new, whereas Horizon Zero Dawn, it's more narrative focused, but it wasn't, and like I say, I know people really enjoyed it, but wasn't groundbreaking, was it?
It was a very polished version of that kind of game.
Yeah,
like, a very polished version of that kind of game. But it didn't.
I totally agree, but I think Breath of the Wild did enough different to say actually both styles can exist. Whereas Horizon Zero Dawn was very mission structured, narrative. Cutscenes, the usual formula we're used to. That's one way of telling that story. Breath of the Wild. You're right, it wasn't that narrative heavy, but the sense of discovery in that game was way better than any other open world game that I've ever played.
Yeah.
Like, you really did feel like you were just finding shit everywhere. It was amazing. So yeah, I mean, can you make? I suppose the question is, can you make a game that has those plus points from Horizon and the plus points from Breath of the Wild? And I think that'd be a big struggle to do both. You know what I mean? Like, if you were constantly in cutscenes in Breath of the Wild, you'd be. I think it'd take that edge off.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I think this is a fair argument, but I don't think. I think because it was Matt and Sean that was saying this a bit, but I don't think they were directly comparing them. I think they were saying because they enjoyed Breath of the Wild so much, it was hard to get into other games around that time.
Yeah, it was literally just
you were so consumed with what that game did.
Yeah, and it was just because Breath of the Wild was so open to then play something that is, on the surface appears quite similar, where you sort of feel like you're just constantly being prevented from things you've just spent 60 hours doing. Yeah, that was all. But it's not to say that there's no place for Horizon or anything, but
I mean, when you said there, Dave, like, can you do both? I was thinking, well, can you do a really compelling story in an open world? But then Red Dead did it. So
Red Dead did it. Yeah, but that's
you can't have an open-ended game but still have a compelling narrative.
Red Dead was even more restrictive than most open world games. It was really restricted in trying to slow the player down and try. That was going off in a completely different direction. Yeah, I mean, it had a sense of discovery, but at the same time, it was very going up into the mountains was a very tough thing to do because you just get attacked by the wildlife or freeze to death or whatever. You know what I mean?
And those two things were very separate, weren't they? There was the stuff you could do, the things you would discover by yourself were never anything in service of the main story, really.
No.
So it's like the two sort of separate halves, not really, coming together, are they?
No. It's totally different.
I think this is why we haven't got the release date yet for Horizon Forbidden West. I think I'm going to wait and see what any Zelda news comes out of E3, then make the decision.
That's a good point.
Because they don't want to do it again. It's like, oh great, this happened last time.
But do you reckon Nintendo's waiting? We're doing the opposite. Nintendo's going, we'll wait until they announce it and then put it on the same fucking day.
I mean, Horizon did really well, though, didn't it? It's not like it...
Yeah, it did very well,
yeah.
But I think it was a slow build, and you know what happens with slow builds in video games? The longer it takes for sales to come in, the lower the price goes, you know what I mean? They'll want to hit this, and it will be a success. Forbidden West, it will be a success. You can already tell by the buzz that's going on around it, that it'll do well. So,
but people are desperate for games on their PS5, so absolutely, it's going to do well.
Right, go on.
Steve Norman, great show. Though I'm not sure that Sean's comment about if I used traditional card games. Magic the Gathering is probably quite incredible. Applies to any normal person ever.
That's not really what I said, but okay.
A little bit of conflict between Steve and Sean. Go on, continue with the email.
Anyway, just wanted to say thanks to my favourite podcast, Darren Gargett, Thank you. I just want to say thanks to my favourite podcast, Darren Gargett, for teasing out the forgotten memory of stacking skateboards. The sleek, narrow skateboards of the early 90s often had a lip at each end, meaning you could stack them up and move them. So you'd be helped up onto a pile of about 5 of them, then pushed along until they eventually collapsed like a skateboard nail bomb. Great days. And finally, good luck today with the knob operation. I had a different one.
It's not the knob.
It's not a knob, no, we clarified that. I had a different one down there last week, and it's become infected, which ain't much fun. Love you, Steve.
Okay, brilliant. I love the fact that everyone likes to send me horror stories about them. Like that's really helpful. Thank you, everyone, for doing that. That's been really great.
Sorry about that, Dave.
I think at the start of that paragraph, I think what Steve meant to say was, just wanted to say thanks to my favourite podcaster, Darren Gargett. That's a weird thing to put into an email to podcasters, isn't it? Hi, everyone, I like someone else better. Anyway, it's just all right, cheers, mate. All right, okay. It's like going to a party and saying, hi, guys, don't want to be here, but here I am. So, okay. Cheers, Steve. Thanks for your opinions.
Athene, hi, lads. I understand your concern with the Steam PAL using Linux. This is talking about Steam's or Valve's rumoured Switch kind of portable PC thing. But I've got good news. Your fears are unfounded. Another of Valve's projects is a bit of middleware called Proton, which allows Windows games to run with extremely high compatibility. The performance in most cases is the same as PC, and in some cases better for the same hardware. This is supported out of the box for nearly every game on Steam frictionlessly. It's a really cool piece of tech, and if the PAL is going to do really well, they really need to shout about it more. So this is saying there's a bit of middleware that even if it is Linux, that it's
it'll be fine. No, this is really interesting because I looked into this. This has been around since 2018. So yeah, kind of incredible that it's not.
Google not want to get hold of that. Not want to have a piece of that. No.
So yeah, sort of incredible. There's not been more noise around it really, but I appreciate the heads up on that.
Cool.
Chris Bush, it was a nice surprise to hear you announce I'd won the TCGS Fantasy Football League at the start of last week's show. The part of the world I'm in is experiencing an increase in COVID cases right now, and restrictions are back, including home-based learning, which, as you know, isn't much fun. Hearing the mighty Bush FC mentioned on the pod put a smile on my face, so thanks for that, and for generally being an entertaining distraction in these times. As for lack of prize, there's something you could do at no cost. I'm currently playing through Resident Evil 7 for the first time, and I can't stop thinking about how amazing it would be to see Matt stream this. He's managed PT, man. So I'm sure he can handle it. Please make it happen. Keep up the good work. No, Chris.
I mean, did he handle PT
it already?
Though? Oh, was he?
Exactly. I didn't handle it clearly.
It was wonderfully entertaining. I mean, if you want to see a horror stream from Matt, just watch his It Takes Two minigame stream. That was something else, Matt. What?
I don't want to talk about that.
Right, for those of you that didn't watch it, when they play these games, the idea is when there's a mini game where you face off against each other, the loser has to down a drink. For some reason, Matt brought 2-litre cans into the equation, and it turned James Farley over the week before. But this week they just played the mini games, and Matt lost pretty much all of them. So you downed a 2-litre can to start the show off, and then by the end of it, you're all over the place and announced that you had to drive to a stately home the next day. How was your day on Saturday, Matt?
It wasn't actually that bad. It wasn't actually that bad.
You didn't have a hangover in the morning?
Oh, no, I did have a hangover, yeah, but it wasn't that bad.
I've not seen you that drunk.
I wasn't really intending to drink the Facts. I mean, I should have done it the week before, but Facts being the 2 litre, the 1 litre can of very cheap lager from B&M Bargains that I bought. I sent one to James, thinking it'd be funny, and I got one myself. I didn't lose in that particular week, so I didn't drink it. And then there was demands from James and some of the viewers on Friday's stream that I do drink it. So
I'll tell you what didn't go unnoticed is that the week that James had to drink that amount of drink, when he lost the last mini game, you were like, you got to do it, even though you didn't do best of 5, it was just 1. You were like, you got to have another drink, James, come on, you lost that one. Whereas like when you were hammered at the end of this stream, James was like, now I think we should stop. This has gone too far, and don't worry, Matt, you don't have to drink. It was like, oh yeah, a little bit more humanity in James Farley, I think.
Well, he saw I was getting worried. I mean, I was really happy to get another one. James was saying, look, seriously,
no, you weren't. You couldn't read the text on the screen anymore, Matt.
Look, because it was dark text on a dark background. That's what that was about.
That full screen is on. That full sort of stream is on our YouTube channel, so go check that out. But yeah, no, you've finished Resident Evil 7, haven't you? Oh, is that the one that you haven't done?
No, I haven't played Resi 7. No, because it looked too intense. Obviously,
right? Okay, that's the one. Yeah, no, intense. You should do that for the Bush. You got to do that for the Bush FC, man.
I'm not doing that for the Bush. I'm not going to do that. It'd be silly.
Smash it for the Bush. Come on, you can do it. Come on, we all believe in you, Matt.
I think you should do it. I think you'd enjoy it,
Matt. No, Bobby Biscuit Tin. Actually, no, James, right? Does any part of Resident Evil Village compare in terms of scariness to 7? What about the dollhouse bit?
Absolutely not. It's not in the same league.
Forget it then. Bobby Biscuit Tin. Dear TCGS crew, regarding Matt playing Horizon Zero Dawn, I probably should have put this in a different order. James mentioned just put it on easy mode and mainline it. Don't see it as being a challenge, that's not the point. Respectfully disagreeing, one of the fewest creatively brilliant aspects of the game were the fights for the robot dinosaurs. The combat, movement, weapons, and enemies are some of the most unique parts of the game. Changing the difficulty only to simply mainline the game will be a hindrance on your experience because, let's be honest, the story wasn't the best.
Okay. Interesting. Matt, have you started this yet?
Well, yeah, I started playing it last week and I haven't played it this week.
Oh, you haven't played it this week? Okay. All right. So, fine. But keep that in mind, eh?
Yes,
do you want to hinder your experience? James says the story is great, just put it on easy.
Yeah, it's fine.
Bobby Biscuit Tin disagrees.
I had a good time with it. I don't care. So it was, I had fun with what I played.
You've got to decide whether to listen to your mate of over a decade or someone that calls themselves Bobby Biscuit Tin. Come on, Matt.
Yeah, it's tough. I wouldn't want to say on the podcast which I'm going to go with, but
I mean, well, it's like you always say. If it's a toss-up between you getting a slightly less good experience versus probably not bothering to play it at all because of the time commitment or it's too hard or whatever, I'll take the former personally. But whatever.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Bobby.
I have noticed an interesting meta amongst the TCGS community and felt obliged to point out. We seem to, as a consensus, have decided to involve James quite a lot in the feedback section. He is frequently corrected about news stories or queried about various matters arising from the last episode. However, an interesting phenomenon in the questions is that we all seem to agree that Dr. Broomstick is too grouchy to answer the questions because it's getting too late, so we all just answer the question for James and then address Matt, Sean and Dave. Think to yourself how often you've heard this formula. I know James loves something, but what would the rest? But for the rest, what would be your favourite something be? Is that the case that we all just like? Oh, well, we all know James' answer for this. So how about the other 3 of us?
I've not noticed that. Have we done that?
I don't think so.
There's definitely been a couple where it's like we all know James is...
Yeah, James goes quiet in the question bits at the end because he's just done. Like, he's done.
That's not fair. I almost always answer those. It's just sometimes they get a bit long.
Only when we get to the end and we go, James, have you got a fucking answer?
It's not true. It's not true. That's just a perception, but it's not.
Can you pull your weight a little bit? Okay, all right. Well, we'll have that in the back of our mind over the next few shows, and we'll see how that goes.
Well, it's a perception, but it's also an interesting meta within the TCGS community, James. So
yeah,
okay. Is it if it's a perception, there must be some truth to that,
Well, I don't think there is.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Well, good argument. Right,
you got me there. Gary Dewson, known polymath. Hello, boys. Couple of things. This is a quote from you, Dave. Dave, I hate motion controls in any game. I don't want to be playing a video game when I wave my arms about and that. Isn't your favourite game PokerStars VR?
Okay. Ooh. All right.
Response there,
mate. Is that end of email?
He's done you there.
Yeah, absolutely murdered.
I got done there. I would personally put an emphasis on the difference between playing in VR, where you're experiencing one-to-one motion controls with your arms within a virtual 3D space, to it mimicking what you're doing on a telly. So maybe I should have said that, but I didn't. But yeah, no, I would say they're two very different things. So what I should have said was, I hate motion controls in any game that is based on the television rather than 3D, mimicking real life.
Or like, but, motion controls in a game where clearly buttons and sticks would have sufficed.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, because that would be a bit weird if buttons and sticks were controlling your arms in PokerStars VR.
You'd have to use the sticks or drag your hand around on the screen, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of ruined the experience, wouldn't it?
That'd be great. But you could port it to Switch,
Gary. You got me.
Also, he continues, I really hope Newsnight and other big news shows are listening to the podcast and start copying James's news reading style of commenting on whether he found a particular item of news annoying or not before he reports it. That's it. Thanks, boys. Much love.
I would love that.
Just going to the next story and just being like, oh, fuck off.
That's the thing. It really is telling that James's favourite newsreader was that one that retired last year or quit last year. The one that used to read the news story and go, oh, I can't believe we're reading this. And I was just like, shut up, mate, do your job. Like, everyone found it endearing. I just found it annoying. Oh, we're going to go and do a story about a pig. Brilliant. Yeah, all right, mate. Are you getting paid for this? Are you getting paid for this? Well, shut the fuck up and read the news then, mate. You know what I mean? Imagine if I went into work and just went, oh, we're doing a building, are we? Like, it just wouldn't go down well, would it? Oh, for fuck's sake. Like, you can leave if you want, mate. And I suppose he has. So yeah, we can all move on with our lives now, can't we?
So he's a real winner here, isn't he? Because he did leave.
He is. I suppose he is.
That is it for feedback. You can go to tcgs.co/deartcgs if you want to leave us any feedback.
Speaking of the news, it's James Farley with the news.
It is, and I've got something this week, which I prepared this afternoon.
Oh, I'm excited.
Hello.
Go on.
I'm kind of excited about this, but I'm not sure how it's going to play out. Because
what have you got prepared?
Well, what I've done is I've done the thing that we talked about before that I didn't do last week, which is that I've created a sentence to describe some of the news, and you've got to figure out what the story's about, and then we'll do it.
Excellent.
I'll stop you there, James. Did you just say that you didn't do this last week? Because on the show last week, you were arguing that you did do it.
I partially did it last week, and so this time I've fully done it this week. It's been fully done it.
Okay.
And we haven't seen the news, he's not put it in a doc or anything, so I'm excited.
I don't know how many Stadia news stories are going to appear.
What's wonderful, Sean, is that this could now be a new feature of the show. This could be it. James could have contributed an original idea to the show for the first time ever. That was my idea. Let's see if he nails it.
But this is the thing, but it's quite telling. He doesn't really want this to go too well, because then he will have to do it every week.
No, that's it. Yeah, we got to remember that.
James is currently editing his ones where he wrote and just writing really shit ones. No, that's too good.
Some of these I'm more confident about than others. So we'll see how it goes. The first one, I'm not. Okay, we'll just see how it goes. I should have gone with a better opener, but the story is more. Anyway,
I mean, you can read them out in any order you want, James. We won't know if you change them now.
But for the flow of the news, it felt like it's like it's a thing.
The flow of the news, like he's ever considered that.
He's a servant to the truth, Dave. That's the thing. He can't.
No. He just does the first headline he sees, gets read first in his news. That's the first one he copies and pastes into his document. Let's not give him the credit of trying to craft a way through the news.
Yeah, narrative.
You know that doesn't happen.
It's true. I always try and end on a Stadia story.
That's a point, actually. That's a fair point. You got me there.
Forget I just said that. Anyway.
Go on.
Okay, this one I've just realised as I've read it again, I'm not sure it makes any sense, but anyway, we'll try.
Say it, it's fine.
Great start.
The headline.
Okay, here's the headline. Only a few people will have 8 times the fun next year. What's that about?
Okay, only a few people will have 8 times the fun next year. So something that's coming out 8 times, is it? Is there a game coming out 8
times the fun? Is this a screen resolution thing?
You're close, Sean. You're very close.
Is it Google Stadia's like getting a resolution boost?
No, he ends on that.
Something's getting a resolution boost.
No, it's not that.
Oh right.
It's a technology. It is a technology thing. So you're close.
Okay. Is it a frame rate thing?
No.
Oh, is it fucking hell?
Is it like it's not an FPS boost thing, no?
No.
Right, we've had 3 guesses and 3 no's, so I think we should move on. We can't have 10 minutes of us going, is it? Yeah, go on.
I quite like it.
It's about God of War being delayed until 2022.
I'm sorry, what?
Right, okay. Now, let me explain.
Can you read that headline again?
A few people will have 8 times the amount of fun. Okay, right. Yeah. Let me explain that.
Right, okay. So, a few people. So that's the people that own PS5s. There's not many of those.
Okay.
8 times the fun. Okay? It's because the PS5 is 8 times more powerful than the PS4.
Yeah, but that only works if the same game came out on the PS4.
And
this is a new game,
and it is.
It,
that's the whole point. It is coming out on the PS4 as well.
But loads more people will have a PS5 by then.
Maybe.
Loads more people
not
have
as many as PS4.
And yeah, I know, but the way you're saying it, it's as if the PS5 version got delayed till next year and the PS4 didn't. So is that the news story?
Well, no. Okay, it doesn't entirely work.
Story, is it?
It doesn't entirely work.
No, it doesn't work at all. It doesn't work at all. Doesn't work at all. Okay,
cool. Shame.
So anyway,
also, they need to be better clues in there. That's just that was rubbish.
Well, he said it was a rough one, so let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
They get better. Right. I think they get better.
Look at you putting your hand on my shoulder and pushing me back down in my chair, Sean. Leave it. It's not worth it, Dave. It's not worth it.
So anyway,
James.
So God of War has been delayed until 2022. Sony Santa Monica, this is what they've said. They said, we remain focused on delivering a top quality game while maintaining the safety and well-being of our team, creative partners and families. With this in mind, we've made the decision to shift our release window to 2022. And also, it turns out it's coming out on PS4, and so is Gran Turismo as well, and people are upset, about that.
It can't come on PS4,
the real
James.
Story, isn't it?
It can't come on PS4 because Sony believe in generations. So
exactly.
I can't see how that's happened.
Yeah.
Can I talk about how you got upset with me in the week?
Well, no,
can I mention that you got upset with me in the week?
I can
Let's
do.
Let's some more quotes.
Can I just finish the quotes first, though, because we can hear what Herman Holster's got saying. So he said, you can't build...
I want to hear what Big Herm says.
You can't build a community of over 110 million PS4 owners and then just walk away from it, right? I think that would be bad news for fans of PS4, and frankly, not very good business. I mean, he must be furious with the people that were saying about PS5 like earlier, when before it was launching.
No, I don't think he's ever furious because he's not making the decisions, as he's just reacting to them. I don't think he gives a shit as long as his bosses are happy.
Where it makes sense to develop a title for both PS4 and PS5, for Horizon Forbidden West, the next God of War, GT7, basically anything that we're going to release, I've added that, we'll continue looking at that. And if PS4 owners want to play that game, then they can. If they want to go and play on the PS5 version, that game will be there for them. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, they don't believe in generations,
James got the hump with me in the week, right?
Because you had a go at me about it.
He posted the story in our WhatsApp group and then said, makes sense. And all I said was, you absolutely slaughtered Microsoft for this. So why, when Sony do the exact same thing, are you going, makes sense, actually, yeah?
Yeah.
Makes sense, that.
And then I explained to you that wasn't the point that I was trying to make. The point is obviously it makes sense for Microsoft as well, but it's still disappointing.
Okay. No,
what? I don't know why. I don't know why you found this so difficult to understand. I know you can't cope with this idea that an idea can have more than one side to it, and it can only be one thing or another. But that's what this was about. It's ridiculous. That's why I got the hump.
No, it's the funny thing how you let Sony slide on a lot of stuff.
Rubbish.
And then pull
I said that I was also annoyed about it. No, I said I was annoyed about it.
Okay, all right. Only when I brought it to attention how hypocritical you were over your fanboyism of Sony.
You said that, and then I quoted what I'd actually said in the previous sentence, and then it's like it's ridiculous. You just. I mean, I don't understand why you're so protective of Microsoft. It's really weird. It's it's very strange, David.
I had no problem with them doing cross-generation stuff. It sort of made sense with what they were doing. But I was really, honestly, going back to that story, I was really surprised Sony have U-turned on this. I found it quite strange considering their messaging. But I guess, I mean, do you think it's solely down to the fact that they're finding it hard to manufacture these consoles?
It's that, isn't it? And it's money.
Do you think that's it?
It's those two things.
I don't know if it is, though. I don't know if it is, because that's quite a major decision to make, just based on the fact that they can't churn these consoles out. They must have known going into this, like quite early on, that it was going to be tough to make these things, right?
I think also they think, hey, there's 110 PS4s out there, and maybe during development of God of War, they're like, well, actually, we probably could do like a lower spec version of this game, and it still looks great. And maybe before they were thinking, we're just going to really focus on PS5. That decision
has to be made before they announce, fuck the last gen, or losers as those consoles. Like,
but they were trying to go against Microsoft's marketing to, put the boot in. So it made sense for them at that time.
It's one of those they won't remember.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's one of those. It's like,
ultimately it makes sense to release every game
what they're doing. Actually, we're going to do what they're doing. Like, that is a weird U-turn, I think.
Yeah. It's weird, but also it makes sense.
Yeah, ultimately it's a good thing. Like, at the end of the day, it's a good thing. Like, if you can't get hold of a PS5, either for financial reasons or the fact that they're really hard to get hold of, you will still get the chance to play these games. So, it is good for the consumer, and I like it. I just did not expect it. Sony very rarely U-turn on this stuff today. Mm-hmm. So,
but it's also it's not only the fact they're hard to get hold of. It's the fact, obviously, we've had COVID, and so definitely like an economic downturn globally. So even if PS5s are available, less people will think less people will want to spend money on a PS5, and there are 110 million PS4 owners out there. Mm-hmm. So it makes total sense.
So I'm assuming these are £70 games on the new console, right? What do they do with the PS4 versions? Are they like way cheaper?
Yeah, it'd be cheaper, won't they? And then what they'll do is they'll just say 60? Probably. I mean, they're not going to increase the price of PS4 games, are they? I mean, that would just be really stupid.
Yeah, but what are PS4 games coming out for at the moment?
About 50.
I don't know. I don't play retro gaming.
59, right? So £10. So then,
about 50.
Take that £10, divide it by frame rate and speed, and you're paying what, 3p for an extra second off your loading time, I guess. That's where that money's going. I mean, it makes sense to me. It was just kind of funny how they hammered, and so many people hammered Microsoft for doing it. If you're getting angry about this, the legitimate argument is that we want games built from the ground up for these new systems, and I get that, but there's always in recent generations, there's been a lot of crossover. This stuff has happened before. This is not a new idea, and I think it will take a couple of years before it starts shifting in the other direction. But here's a question, James, because one of your predictions that we've been talking about recently is that they'll announce that Halo Infinite is not coming to the older generation of Xbox consoles. Mm-hmm. Do you still think that in light of this news?
I think it's definitely going to come to Xbox One as well. Like, definitely.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be
literally
astonished.
One of your predictions for this year was that they were going to announce that they were.
I will go back on that, because I would say I think that's highly unlikely now. I don't think they'll do that.
Okay.
I'm allowed to change my mind, for fuck's sake. Why am I not allowed to change my mind? I don't understand. Why you're not allowed to change your mind?
Who said you couldn't change your mind?
No, it's the little sarcastic, okay. It's just like ridiculous.
I was just going, all right. Of course you can change your mind, it's fine.
Do you want the next story?
You're on edge tonight. Is he all right? Is James all right? You all right, James?
He's stressed because it's E3 season.
Yeah, is that the reason? Have you not thought of a lie to drop into the next podcast, and now you're freaking out about it? Is that it?
It's absolutely.
Don't worry about that, Dave. You know the way about that. Actually, I follow kind of linking into that. Microsoft have said, 2022 is when there will be exclusive Xbox Series games. Do we think that's going to change entirely now?
They said 2 years, didn't they?
Yeah, so which was going to be 2022, didn't it?
I don't know. There's a lot less Xbox Ones out there than there was PS4s. So
that's true.
Comparatively speaking, maybe
it'd be interesting to see if they change their mind on that. I mean, as someone who doesn't have the previous consoles, just has the new ones. Selfishly, I want them just to focus on the new ones, obviously. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they change their mind and if the global economic downturn has made them think, actually, maybe we shouldn't be so hasty. But
then with the Series S,
developers saying, look, please.
Financially, it's a lower barrier to entry, isn't it, as well? So, I don't know.
You've also got the issue where Game Pass is going to be split then, isn't it? Currently, I think every Game Pass game can be played on both Xboxes, right? The Series and the one.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It'd be weird if they start changing that. And it's like, well, these ones only work on this, which I guess they've kind of done with PC, but that feels a little bit more separate. Because, that's a whole separate sub if you want to get the PC side of things.
Understandable sort of logistical reasons for that. No one bought an Xbox thinking, well, they'd better let me play fucking PC games on it. But splitting Game Pass like that, there'll definitely be an air of people sort of being like, well, why is my sub paying for games that I can't play? But then I could say that about could say that about PlayStation Plus, I guess.
That's true.
I don't know.
You've been angry about that.
I've been very upset about that.
Okay, cool. I wanted to play Man-Eater.
It's meant to be good.
Sorry.
It's meant to be good.
Is it? I've heard the opposite.
Oh, okay.
Play Oddworld. That was amazing.
No, thank you.
Okay, next story. Okay, here's the next one.
Go, strap in.
April witnessed the tears of a clown.
What?
April witnessed the tears of a
Okay,
clown.
so what happened in April?
Is this
right? Is this Balan Wonderworld?
It is. You got it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what this is that
who's the clown in Balan Wonderworld?
Well, it just looks like a clown circus thing, doesn't it?
It's not a clown though, is it?
No, it's not, but it still looks a bit like a clown. The whole thing looks a bit like that. It looks like a circus kind of thing.
Can I just say
this feature?
Can I just say what I thought it was going to be?
What?
I mean, and it might be in the... Actually, no, maybe I shouldn't, because I do think it'll be in the news. No, I'll stay quiet.
All right, okay, yeah, hold on to it. Right, okay, right. We're dropping this feature after this week. Go on, Joe.
Okay, so... Come on, that was better than the first one.
Of a clown.
At least you got it. It did
because
kind of work.
Because I thought, what sort of story? The Tears of a Clown. What sort of story would James love that's sad? Oh yeah, the Balan Wonderworld story, right? Of course it is.
So it worked. There you go. So anyway, Yuji Naka has confirmed that he's left Square Enix on Twitter, saying that he's considering retirement, and he says that he can't talk about the reason for leaving the company. But he hopes that he can one day.
But you can probably guess.
I know, because
he was fired. No, we can't say that. But that whole Balan Wonderworld thing was a complete joke. And I've seen a lot of people say, don't have a go at the game. This is not something to be laughed at and celebrated or whatever. But the way I see it, they try to sell a game based on nostalgia alone. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think the only thing to their credit is that they released that demo. And I bet they regretted that. Because a lot of people played that demo and went, fucking hell, this stinks. Yeah. and then avoided the actual game. Mm-hmm. It was one. And they've pulled the demo from the store. Is that right, James?
Yeah,
they have, yeah. It's gone. And it's funny because, according to the IGN article that I got this from, according to Steam DB reports, after the game came out, the highest peak concurrent players was 124.
Fuck me.
That's pretty bad.
I mean,
that's still twice Anthem, though, isn't it?
You could argue, PC was never going to be the lead format for a cute 3D platformer, but still, fucking hell.
Yeah. I mean, I would say, thankfully, the news seemed to, journalism seemed to get the job done on this one, because I do genuinely think it was a horrible cash grab based on nostalgia. For an era that I don't think anyone truly wants. I think there's a lot of people that think they want it, but a new game in that style, I'm not so sure that they really do. And to see this come out and it was a complete hot mess, as some people say, it was actually good that consumers seem to have been notified. It's like all their phones went off, they all pinged and just went, Balan Wonderworld, yeah. Yeah, don't worry about it.
The thing is that you could argue
there's other games.
Well, as you say, but because the demo came out, and even if you didn't play the demo, you probably were sent videos of it or whatever. just like it spoke for itself, didn't it?
It really did. It really did. But Yuji Naka, I mean, some people see him as a legend in the industry. I guess I don't. But obviously, Sonic was a global phenomenon.
But past tense.
Oh,
sorry, are you going to challenge me on that, Sean?
No, it's funny, isn't it?
No, he is not. Hang on. Well, what did you just say about Sonic?
Sonic was a global phenomenon.
Scott, he's in films.
Yeah.
What's the problem with?
Yeah, I mean the film was
He's
alright,
a
isn't it?
transmedia star, isn't he?
He's
now?
been in
Comics.
a series of shit 3D games as well.
I mean, I will say I've not got high hopes for that second film because the success of the first film was like this was going to be awful, and it wasn't quite as awful as I thought it would be. Like the second film, I've just got a feeling it's going to be like, oh, right, okay, no, this is let's move on.
I think it's going to be brilliant.
Do you? That surprised Matt.
Oscars.
When do you not think something's going to be brilliant?
Oscars, I think.
Okay,
he's going to Oscars.
That's one of his E3 predictions.
Not a fan of the Oscars. Okay, all right.
Okay, next one is the next one. Threat actor group engages in charity fundraising effort.
Threat actor group.
I love this because now the way he's reading it, this is like Have I Got News for You?
Yeah,
I was just thinking.
This is from the guest publication.
Well, I was just thinking. Friend of mine, Cammy, has just got into cryptic crosswords. Have you ever done a cryptic crossword?
No.
They're fucking nuts.
All crosswords cryptic.
Well, there's a special. It's a certain type of crossword where the clues are like. They're just absolutely nuts. There's a whole special there's all sort of weird terminology and sentence construction of the clues and stuff, which are clues in and of themselves, and it's fucking weird. Anyway, it's reminded me of that. I've no idea what James is talking about then.
Say it again. A threat.
Okay, so threat actor group engages in charity fundraising effort.
Threat actor group.
No, go on.
Okay, so this is about the source code for CG Project's games being found. They're out on the internet again.
Okay.
And the reason is because there was a group...
No, not okay. Not
no,
okay.
Just shut up and let me continue, David, okay? Just let me continue. Yeah. So this is because there's a group, it's a threat actor group, which means that it's a hacking group, have decided to promote their own leaks platform, which is called... And they're doing this by then saying, look, we'll send you the code and everything, and then you need to make a 10k donation to us, and we'll send it to charity. So it's a threat actor group.
Why did you just promote their website?
I don't know, I probably shouldn't have done that, should I?
Head over to...
Christ. This is an ad. This is a paid ad.
Just type that in and just see what happens to your computer. I'm sure it'll be fine.
See, I wonder why that was omitted from the original story, and I looked it up, and then it's like...
Oh my God, James.
Oh. Wow.
The worst newsman in this.
Either way, if you buy any of this stuff, you have to make a 10k donation, and they claim, but it's a 10k donation in Bitcoin, but they claim that they will send it to charity. I'm sure they will.
Yeah, that absolutely won't, will they? What a ridiculous thing to say. It sucks, doesn't it? That this is this is a website that's being promoted. What a problem, James.
Just don't go there.
We laughing at?
Just don't do it. Yeah. So
I haven't got any comment on this. This is a horrible news story.
It is.
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay. Next one. A California man who was his own lawyer had a fool for a client.
Had a fool for a client?
Yeah.
As in romantically
involved. A Californian
involved.
Man. See, this is the problem, though, right? I was expecting clever wordplay that sort of hints at either the game that's being discussed or the studio or something. This is just...
This is so abstract.
Yeah, I know. It's like the literal details of a story that no one cares about. A Californian man has a fool...
Is this Apple, James?
Nope.
Oh, fuck.
No, that would make sense because Apple were based in California.
Yeah.
Now let's hear what the news story are. Go on. Let's hear this news story. Go on.
Okay, so what it was that Nintendo has won £2.1 million in damages in a lawsuit against this pirate site called ROM Universe. And it's because there was this guy from California called Matthew Stallman who...
Right, okay, there's the California link. That's it. It's got nothing to do with anything else. It was just the guy happens to be from California.
No, it's also... No, the main thing is because he defended himself in court. And so what I did there
that
was...
never goes well, does it?
Oh, right. Oh, well, okay.
No, just shut up. So what I did there was I just thought, well, I'm going to use that old phrase, the man that defends himself in court as a fool for a client. I thought I'd just change that around a bit and went for this instead.
Californian man.
Yeah. Because, there's the California man thing. That's another thing as well. That's like another... You always see news stories about that.
I thought it was Florida
James,
man.
That's Florida man.
Oh, it's Florida.
We're never doing this feature again. I bet no one even remembers any of the news stories we've spoken about.
I think we should bring this back on special occasions.
Absolutely not. I'm never doing this again. This makes no sense, this feature. James has completely misjudged it. Instead of little hints towards the game or the studio or you could the charity one, you could have brought up something to do with cyberpunk, slipped a little bit of wordplay in there. But
it'd be too easy.
Just a man with a moustache was walking down the road.
Rubbish. That one was quite good. The cyberpunk one was good. It had all the main components of the story in there. You just didn't know because you'd not read the news. Anyway, so this one's quite funny. That one of it is funny. It's where this guy he was accused by Nintendo of uploading Nintendo games to his website and then sort of charging paid subscriptions for it. But then he defended himself in court. But then what happened was he defended himself in court, and it says here, furthermore, the defendant testified at his deposition that his website indicated that copies of Nintendo's copyrighted video game were available for download on the website. But then he claimed earlier on that he hadn't done that. That it's just very strange. It's a very, very strange, weird story. And he ended up having to pay £2,115,000 in damages to Nintendo.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Nintendo have always been really hot on this stuff, haven't they? It's weird.
I kind of get it though. I've always sort of kind of I
they
know,
have to.
Sean, you're the other side of it, but I am kind of I'm not against ROMs or anything like that. I'm genuinely not. But when the company steps in and goes, "No, hold on," I do kind of think, well, yeah, we all know it's
obviously,
dodgy.
It feels like you only ever hear about Nintendo doing it. Do you know what I mean?
I know they're the only ones that
I think it was the fact
because
that
they want to sell you this shit again.
I think it's the fact that he was profiting off it. He was making $30,000 to $36,000 in revenue off the site.
He was
paying people subscriptions and stuff. Okay, anyway, do you want the last one?
Oh God, go on.
Well, I know it's going to be a Stadia story. Let's go.
It's not a Stadia story. It's there wasn't one, unfortunately. Okay, this is just... I got a feeling we're not in Brooklyn
He
no
knows
more.
this is the worst one. No, this is going to be the worst one. Go
So
on.
I left it to last.
I got a feeling we're not in Brooklyn no more.
I mean, it's Mario Brothers.
This
is the extra footage from the Mario Brothers movie, isn't it?
It is, Sean.
Yes.
It is.
Oh, well done,
there we
Sean.
go.
I got a feeling we're not in Brooklyn no more.
Yeah. That's the quote from the film.
Yeah. It's a great bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of the great film.
So,
I don't remember a thing about it. I must have watched it about 3 times when I was a kid. Don't remember a thing.
Oh, really?
It makes no sense. The film makes no sense at all. It's a total mess.
But I love reading about it. There was what was that book we listened to the audiobook of, James, not too long? Was it Game Over or something?
Console Wars?
Yeah, it was
Console Wars.
Yeah,
it was Console Wars, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. When they were talking about how apparently there's a scene in it where you can see Bob Hoskins' cast. Where he was in a car crash in one of the scenes, and you could see a cast on his character at some point. And Shigeru Miyamoto watched the premiere, didn't he? Or he watched a pre-screening and just got up and walked out at the end of it. Didn't really talk to anyone. He just left. I mean, what a bizarre film. Right. So what's this story? They found 20 minutes.
So what's happened is they found 20 minutes of deleted scenes, and it was cut footage that was on an old VHS tape, but was in very poor quality. Like, it was really terrible.
Right.
But then what's happened is a group has worked on restoring it and have created a new version of the film, incorporating all of these bits that were missing.
That is a really bold thing to do, isn't it? Take a film that is notoriously awful and make it longer.
Like, do you know what we need
going
more
on
of?
Apparently, the bits that were
in
cut.
Yakuza Like a Dragon with the stadium where you got to grind. Let's add another stadium in. Let's release that.
Let's take something that nobody liked and then add the bits that even the people who made it decided weren't good enough to put in it. No, I'm being an asshole. It's quite cool that people have gone to the trouble of doing this. Like,
is it?
Well, no.
Yeah.
Also, the bits that were cut. The bits that were cut. It appears that the reason also was that maybe Nintendo or whoever was not entirely happy, because the biggest change includes the restoration of a plot line where Mario and Luigi are battling like this rival plumbing company that it is suggested has mafia connections. So there's that.
Okay.
And then there's apparently another one where like Dennis Hopper like murders a technician by de-evolving him into slime. That was another bit they got rid of. And apparently there's also an extended scene where some of the characters dance in a club wearing not many clothes. And so that was cut as well.
Okay, so not necessarily cut for
fucking hell
quality
was going on with
reasons,
that
just
movie?
for sensitivity reasons, I guess.
Why did they do that film? Like, what was going on? Like,
It's sort of, but then, like, I mean, I'm playing devil's advocate here. You look at something like Detective Pikachu, where they've essentially done a similar thing, right? They've gone like, well, obviously we can't make a film that's actually in fucking Pokemon world, so let's do like a sort of matter-of-fact, quote, real version of it. So it's not like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I know, but there's a limit though, isn't there? There's a difference between making it a little bit like, because what they've done is taken the Pokemans and stuck them in the real world, right? And
that's
that kind
true.
Of like,
The actual important bit, the game stuff is 100% as it has been in the games.
Did you see Bowser? Did you see Bowser in that film?
Did you see the Goombas?
Just Dennis Hopper, wasn't it? Yeah.
I mean, the Goombas. What was that about? It was
I've never seen that film.
Dennis Hopper, Bob Hoskins, there's like big names in that film. And it's John Leguizamo, isn't it, who plays Luigi as well?
That's right.
Who I don't think he was big then, but he is now.
Because of that role.
That's what made his career.
I don't know. I'm really looking forward to the Mario film coming out next year, so it just wipes clean. like we can forget that one ever existed. Because I have had that moment where Harry was like, this was about 3 years ago, where he was like, "Oh, is there a Super Mario film?" And I was like, "Yeah,
no,
no, you're not watching it because it's fucking weird." Like,
I would love to do a talks over for this though. Like, a talks over for this would be brilliant.
We should do that.
But
it is available,
even
if it's.
It is available, but I'm not going to say where because I'll get in trouble when I do that.
Oh, hello, James on the dark web. Is that it?
No, it's just on, and I'm not going to say, but it's not anywhere bad. Don't worry. Just look at the Eurogamer article. They've got a link to it in that.
So then, why will you not say?
Yeah, if it's not bad.
All right, it's just on archive.org. You know, it's there.
Oh, right, okay.
Why would you say it, James, on the pod?
Fucking hell, James. I thought you were going to go, it's on youtube.com. So you've not seen this then, Matt? You don't know? Well, do you know anything about it?
Only that Bob Hoskins was in it.
That's all you know, like genuinely.
Yeah,
do you know what the Goombas look like?
No.
Oh, mate.
Okay.
Mate.
Then we're watching it, but don't Google it.
Yeah,
don't look at anything.
I'm not going to Google it. I'm not even.
Don't look at the plot. Don't look at the characters. Nothing. Because this will blow your mind that someone did this to Mario. Like the simplest of characters, just a dude with a moustache. That's all it is. Jumping on these like Goombas' heads. That's it. And they took that idea and created this out of it. Like it's insane. It's an insane film. Yeah, you've got. Oh,
we need to find a way
then.
of watching it, doing talks over. That'd be good.
Yeah, man.
You don't know what the Goombas look like. I bet you do. You must have seen them in memes.
I don't know.
They become
Maybe.
memes.
Did they? Oh yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. They've been in loads of things, like the pictures of those Goombas. So I reckon you'll recognise them. But there's no way you would have seen that meme and gone, "That's from the Super Mario Brothers film, right?" I know I've not seen it. But
That's true.
yeah,
you just think. Yeah. You just think it was from anything
like
else.
a horror film.
Yeah.
What a weird moment in time. Is that it, James?
Yeah, that's it.
I promise you, listeners, we are never doing that feature again. That is gone. That is gone. James blew it with his weird. That I mean, they're not even close to being cryptic headlines. They were just taking certain things out of the story and making another little story out of it.
Sean got some of them. Sean got some of them.
Yeah, I got one of them.
The Californian man. Okay. Right. We're not doing what you've been playing this week. Although we might have a little bit of time for it. Let's see how the predictions go. It's the start of our E3 show this year. So we'll see what time we're on when we finish our predictions, because it is still quite early, but this is it. So, I haven't really thought about how we're going to do this. There is a sort of set amount of predictions that we can make. And it goes like this. So the two big presentations that we're all looking forward to are from Microsoft and Nintendo over E3. So obviously we're doing our set predictions, which are, as they always are, first game that they show, last game that they show. So we'll be doing those for those two. We've also got to come up with 3 Microsoft predictions each and 3 Nintendo predictions each. And then we thought to cover the rest of the shows, we've got to come up with 3 random ones. Now they can still be related to Microsoft or Nintendo, but they've just got to be a little bit, different, I guess, is the only way of putting it. If this is the first time you've heard our prediction show, here's how it works. Just because you make a prediction doesn't mean that it counts, right? The rest of us have to agree that it's a good enough prediction to go in the hat. So, we might be challenging some of these ones. I don't want to hear, we're going to see Halo Infinite. No, that is not a prediction. We do not accept that. They need to be a little bit wild. So should we start with Microsoft? And let's start with first game and last game, because there's, it doesn't matter if we get the same predictions on these ones. So let's start with Matt. What have you got down as the first game?
Should we all do our first game and then do the last game after that?
Yeah.
No, do your first game and last game, and then
do as fucking told, Matt. Come on.
First game, Forza Horizon 5.
Okay.
Last game, Halo Infinite.
Interesting. James?
I think the first game's going to be Starfield, and I think they're going to close with Halo Infinite.
That's a good shout. I didn't even think of Starfield. Go on, Sean.
I've got the opposite of James. I've got opening with Halo and ending with Starfield.
Okay, mine sound rubbish now. Opening with Psychonauts 2 and closing with Halo Infinite. That's what I've got for that. Now, which way should we go? Should we do our 3...
Can we not discuss this, or are we just going straight into the next bit?
Well, I mean, what's there to discuss? These ones are pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah,
it's the next ones
I thought about doing Starfield, and I was like, no, because I feel like they would give more time to that, maybe?
Yeah, I've got a feeling that there's going to be a Bethesda section in the middle of it.
That.
You know what I mean? Like they're going to hand over to Bethesda.
My thinking was that it would be Microsoft first, and then they'll hand over to Bethesda for the second half.
Yeah, that
whatever.
might be a good shout.
And that's why I was thinking ending with Starfield. Yeah.
I think they'll kick off with Starfield because it'll be like, look at this partnership we've got, and it's bringing you this.
Yeah,
I
think they're all good. I think it's all pretty sound. Like these ones are always a bit strange because you don't know what the emphasis is going to be on. I've just got a feeling that.
Did any of us choose Halo Infinite to kick off?
No.
Yeah.
Sean, you did. Sean, you did.
But most of the time, I thought, okay, they can't. What they did when they showed off Halo Infinite first time is that they had that fairly early on, didn't they, in that press conference, and then no one remembered what happened afterwards because everyone was too dumbfounded from Halo Infinite. So I figured, okay, leave it to the end. There's no chance of, it backfiring.
Well, I kind of think this isn't my prediction, but I kind of think Halo is coming out this year, and I think leaving that to the end and touching on the multiplayer, like closing with the multiplayer Halo, maybe a gameplay demo or something is a good way to, close that, and that's out in a few months. I think that would be the way they do it, but who knows? Who knows anymore? Everything's just gone crazy. Should we do our Nintendo first and last before we get into the ones that we argue about? Let's go in the same order, Matt.
I think let's start with a Pokemon Arceus.
Oh yeah,
Arceus.
Arceus, sorry. And it's going to end with Breath of the Wild 2.
Okay, James?
So I'm going with Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and then end with Breath of the Wild 2.
Okay, Sean?
So I've got opening with Hollow Knight Silksong and ending with Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah, so I've got opening with Smash Brothers and ending with Breath of the Wild 2.
Opening with Smash Brothers and closing with Smash Brothers.
Fucking trailer. What's that?
Oh, no. Yes, they will, but I can't. If they start off, they're not going to start off with a game that's already out.
I mean, they've done it plenty of times.
They have, yeah.
Yeah, it's not completely out of the realms of possibility that there's going to be a very short trailer of a character saying, "I'm joining the party," or whatever.
I was going to say, because that's the worst part of them starting with a Smash thing, is it will initially appear to be a different game, and then it just turns out, it's actually
make
the
everyone
main
excited. I wouldn't put them. I wouldn't be surprised if they started and ended with Smash Brothers somehow.
Yeah. Oh wait! Oh look, it's F-Zero. No, it's not. A car is fighting now.
I'm joining the fight.
Okay, let's do our Microsoft predictions, and let's start with Sean. What's your first prediction? We're going to take it in turns because these can't be the same as someone else's. So,
I think we're going to see. So obviously, Deathloop is by Arcane, and it's console exclusive to the PS5.
Yes.
However, Arcane generally have two projects on the go. At the same time, so I think they're going to show off Arcane's other project, which is rumoured to be, it's like a vampire game, and it's going to be called Omen. Apparently, I think we're going to see that because I think Microsoft are going to be keen to say, look, we've got an Arcane game as well. Shut up, you don't need Deathloop, it's fine.
No, but I'm not like, I agree. We probably will see something from Arcane. And if their rumours are that it's a vampire game called Omen, then yeah, fine. But I don't think they're too worried about Deathloop because I think it's coming to Xbox eventually.
Well, apparently it's a 1 year exclusivity deal, which is a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
If it was a few months, I think they'd probably weather it, but I don't know.
Is Deathloop coming to PS4 as well?
Don't think so, no.
Probably is now.
PS5 right. PS5 and PC only, as far as I'm aware. For a year.
Yeah, as James said, probably will do now. Yeah,
after a year, it'll come to the Switch.
I'm willing to give Sean that. I can't see any objections to that.
Yeah,
one,
I've definitely heard these rumours about Project Omen or Omen, whatever it is, and yeah, I'm excited to see something new from them.
Okay, so me next. I'm going to say we're going to see a new Fable trailer. That's it. We're going to see a new Fable trailer.
What sort of trailer are we talking, Dave?
How long is it going to be? Specifics, do I? How long's this Omen trailer, Sean? What sort of Omen trailer are we seeing?
Is it a gameplay trailer or a CGI or what?
That was
What? Again, I don't think I really need to go into it. Why have I got to go into it and Sean doesn't?
Because mine's a completely unannounced project.
Yeah, and also we've already had a CGI trailer for Fable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've always seen it.
Okay, all right. I'm going to say. Why have I got to go into this? This is bullshit.
We need more detail.
Why?
Because they've already announced it. Like, there's an incredibly good chance we'll see more. But saying
we're going to see, right? Okay, all right. Right. So, if any games are announced, right, then we can't accept we're going to see it again, right? In any of these predictions, is that the rule we're setting here?
Yeah.
No.
Is that the rule we want to set here?
No, that's not a rule. I'm just saying for this one.
Through you.
I mean, it's not a rule. It's not right with that rule, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be all right with that for the rest of my predictions. But if you guys want to set that rule,
I don't think we should be hasty here, like with this. I
mean, James quickly panicking, looking at his predictions.
What do you reckon? Do I need to go into it, or can I just have Fable new trailer?
I mean, I don't actually
more detail. Really,
I don't actually really care. But
no, I'll let you have it, Dave.
But for the sake of discussion,
okay. No, okay. I will commit to it.
Okay.
I will commit to it.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay?
good
I'll
boy.
commit to it because I know that's going to piss James off, and that's the only reason why I committed to it. It will be a CGI trailer. There won't be any gameplay, but it will.
Okay.
It will show more of than just a fairy being eaten by a frog.
Yeah.
And when I say gameplay, it may be in engine. I think that counts, right? But it won't be gameplay. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I
get you.
We ain't going to see that HUD. Is what I'm saying, Sean.
No chance.
No HUD.
At one point, Fable was the game I thought they're going to open with, and I thought, oh no, it's too risky.
I think they're going to show it. I think they're going to show something more, but I think it's not going to be a 2021 game. But I think it's going to come sooner than some people think. Like some people are like, oh, this is going to be like 2024, but I don't know. I can see it coming out next year.
It's so hard. Like after doing these predictions. Or I've written so many down, and I think this is the hardest year in ages to actually predict stuff because you're like, okay,
you've got no idea what's happening. It is quite an exciting E3, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, James.
This is one of the questions I had in the WhatsApp group, so I'm going to try it now. I'm going to say that there's going to be no mention of Fable or Perfect Dark at this one. Can I have that?
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. No mention of Fable and Perfect Dark.
And
takes it to that next level.
Yeah.
Those two games, I think that's fine.
Yep.
Yeah. So if one of them gets mentioned, then
I've lost that one.
Yeah, no points.
Yeah. Hopefully, someone in the crowd goes Perfect Dark. Oh, it was in it. It was in the conference. There's no crowd, is there? Of course, there's no crowd, David. You idiot. Okay, all right, we'll go with that. We'll take that, James.
The Perfect Dark thing, I think there's a very good chance of not saying anything about that. The Fable, I don't know. I like to think we're going to see more.
There's a good chance of both of them being left out, but I mean, what else have they got to talk about? That's the problem. Okay, go on, Matt. You're first.
They're going to announce that the new Battlefield is launching day one on Game Pass.
Actual Game Pass or EA Play, therefore part of.
So it'd be Game Pass
Ultimate. Yeah. Because the new Battlefield 6 or whatever it's going to be called is getting unveiled on the 9th. So that would be Wednesday, I think, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, or maybe today as you're listening to this. And I think they want to have like some massive third party day one thing, and I think Battlefield seems like a perfect combination with that and Game Pass. Also the EA angle
doesn't count if it's a 10-hour trial.
No, I'm thinking like
that absolutely does not count if it's a 10-hour trial. No. I'm thinking a full game day one Game Pass. I think that's wild enough.
Yeah, I think it's got a very good chance as well.
That'd be crazy.
I think that will happen.
I don't know if it has. I think it has to say we're not.
No, the reason I think it has is because Battlefield recently has not been massive, has it? There's been a lot of problems with it.
Still sold pretty well. It's EA. They wouldn't be making it if it was a flop.
No, but I see James's point that it's got some ground to cover this time around, I think, hasn't it? And I think...
I mean, they almost didn't launch Knockout City on Game Pass. It's I don't know, man. I mean, that would be massive if that was straight to Game Pass on Xbox. That would be crazy, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. But
okay,
yeah,
we'll let you have that.
What Battlefield, I think, is the last few. It feels like they've struggled to. They're nothing like as close to Call of Duty as they used to be. At least it feels that way. Maybe I'm wrong with the numbers, but it feels that way. Whereas them launching on Game Pass, you'll have your thing saying, "Oh, it's like 5 million players over this weekend," and so on and so forth. I can imagine. I could see that, and I feel like they want a big third party day one.
How pissed off would you be if you're on because they're launching on PS5 as well?
Yeah, and
how
PC
pissed off would you be if it was like Game Pass or whatever, but we've got to pay £70 for it?
It's not that for loads of things now, isn't it? It sucks, doesn't it?
Shit. Okay, all right. We'll let you have that. We'll tell you what, we're going reverse order now. So Matt, you get another one.
I mean, I've got like my list of 3 predictions and then another list of like 20 other things. Do you want to go?
Pick your next one on the list of your predictions, then I guess.
Okay. I think Kojima is going to be part of the Xbox show.
Oh. Fuck! I've got that one. I've got that one.
Me too.
Oh shit! I need to think of a new one now. Ah, no. Oh God, that's absolutely done me. Why did I let you go next? Yeah, I predicted a new Kojima game announced on Microsoft's thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that'd be a great get.
If I've got it down. Anyone got any objections?
No, you can have
that. No, that's fine.
I've got to think of a new one now.
I've got loads that you can have.
Cheers, man. Go on then, James.
Okay, Halo Infinite multiplayer battle royale coming by the end of this year, but there's no mention of single player at all. Like, it's just sometime in the future, maybe.
What?
What?
Yeah, can you clarify that?
Okay. Halo Infinite multiplayer and a battle royale version are going to come by the end of this year. That's what they're going to announce. But there'll be no mention of the single player at all.
I can't see him doing a battle royale at all. I can't see them doing that with Halo.
I mean, you definitely can.
Can you?
Yeah, well, this was going to be another one of my predictions, actually. So. Yeah.
Halo battle royale. Okay, well, I mean, you can have it. That doesn't seem too questionable. I think that's sound.
What is it? So the prediction is that they will say
that they've got if there's going to be a multiplayer version of Halo Infinite coming out that will also have a battle royale mode, and it will come out this year, like by the end of this year.
But hang on,
that's like a separate thing.
The exclusion of any sort of campaign. You mean the campaign's not coming out this year, right? Okay.
Yeah, there's no campaign this year.
No, yeah, but if it's all coming out in one thing, he still gets that, I think.
So why are you just saying there's going to be a battle royale mode?
Yeah. And it's coming out this year.
No, he's not saying that. Why are you trying to tie him down to the simple? Like,
I know.
Let him continue.
I genuinely don't understand. But anyway, go on.
No, I'm just.
So as long as they announce a battle royale and that the multiplayer are coming out by the end of the year, it doesn't matter about the single. Yeah, right. Okay, yeah, I'm fully on board with that. I think you should have that.
All right.
Okay. If that was locked in, I'll tell you my one. That's slightly, it's mostly the same. But James is locked in now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I was basically going to say that they would release Halo Battle Royale free to play standalone, a bit like Warzone.
Okay.
In addition to single player. So again, single player's there, but actually, if you haven't got Game Pass, you can play the single player kind of Battle Royale mode again, like Warzone. But
okay. All right. Well, we'll see. Okay, my next one. Right, this is where I'll go off the rails a little bit. Microsoft are going to announce a haptic controller. Not necessarily coming out this year, but they will announce a controller with haptic feedback, haptic rumble.
I'd let you have that because I think that's really unlikely this year. I think that's sort of next year kind of thing.
That's the only thing that stops me. Right, is that I think if they do announce it, it will be a month or so before it's released. But so that's I think they're going to do it eventually. Mm-hmm. But whether they do it this year or not, I don't know. Probably not.
So your prediction is what again? Sorry,
that they'll announce that they're releasing a haptic controller.
Okay.
All right.
Well, in what time frame? Just that they're releasing it.
Not saying a time frame, Matt. Not saying one.
Do you want to say one?
No.
Okay.
You wait. I mean, am I locked? That's still acceptable, right? That's wild.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's suitably wild.
It's got the correct amount of wild in it. Okay, Sean.
So I think they are going to announce that Psychonauts 2 is out now. I think they're going to drop it.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
That's a very good one.
I'd love that. How good would that be?
Yeah, I mean, I was having a look. There was a thing people thought they'd figured out that it was coming out in August because it sort of appeared in a sort of Steam like coming soon list, which was in chronological order, and it was sandwiched between like other games around that time. But then it vanished from there. So I think that was just a placeholder, and I think they're not saying anything about the release date because it's going to be a big surprise, but maybe not. But
I've never played the first Psychonauts game. Is it a game worth getting excited for?
The new one will be. The Psychonauts 1 had like loads of amazing ideas, but you could tell it was Tim Schafer's first game, like after doing loads of point and click adventures and then going to doing a 3D platformer. So there's like loads of amazing writing and stuff and loads of like really cool ideas in it, but it's not an amazing 3D platformer. So
it's got like a real. I mean, I never played it myself, but loads of people loved it. Despite it like being clearly flawed, like loads of people were saying that it's incredible. Yeah. And I'd always heard that it was very well thought of. But yeah, I never played it myself, and the concept of it is great. And the more I look at that game, the more it's easy to look at it and compared to say Ratchet and Clank, and just go, how are these both coming out on these really expensive consoles? Because it doesn't look anywhere near as good as Ratchet and Clank, but the whole concept of it, if they nail the platforming, they could do a lot of cool things with that. So that would be good. And I think you should get that. Now, do you want to go straight into your last prediction then?
Yeah. So I think they're going to announce that the Xbox Series S and X are going to get Oculus Link support.
Okay, I think we can let you have that.
You can have that.
You can let you have that.
We can have that, Sean.
Literally all I'm basing this on. Literally all I'm basing this on is that it's like it'd be like a relatively easy win, right? Rather than Microsoft having to develop their own VR headset, which seemingly they don't want to.
But we've said this for years. I'm sure we've had this prediction every year for the past 3 years.
Matt, you're Dave. Sorry. This is why they've been all like, oh, you should stream on Facebook. Facebook's really good. We're mates with Facebook now. Because they're going to get in with Oculus as well, and this is what I've decided is going to happen as an owner of an Oculus Quest and an Xbox Series S. So it's going to be fine. It's going to happen.
Okay.
Sean, how annoyed will you be if they announce this, but it's only for the Series X?
I mean, not
good question.
Yeah, would not be thrilled, obviously.
You'll be pissed off on 2 counts. The first being that you've got a Series S. The second being you wouldn't get the point. It's like a double barrel shotgun directly in Sean Bell's face. Okay, well, we'll let you have that. My next one. Right, so this is the one that I scrambled down, like, because Matt said my Kojima one, but I just put new Banjo-Kazooie. It's like lazy. Fuck it, why not? That's an announced game.
New proper Banjo-Kazooie or Nuts and Bolts?
I think they would just do a platformer, wouldn't they?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Just an easy win. That
Banjo 3.
If they announced a new Banjo-Kazooie, it would be big news.
Oh yeah.
Like people would go nuts for it. And Bolts. So I think it's such an easy win for them. I'm so surprised they haven't done it. Like, it's so weird. Well, they've got control over that license. Why are they not just sticking out a platformer with those 2 characters in? It's mad to me that that's just not happened already.
Especially with like those 3D platformers having a bit of a renaissance as well.
Yeah,
I was going to ask,
totally.
But like, do we know if Yooka-Laylee sold well enough for them to think there's a market?
It's not comparable though, is it?
Yeah, I know, but then something else is, which is Battletoads, and nobody played that. And it's like...
No, it's not. No, Banjo-Kazooie, but like Banjo-Kazooie is still much loved now. That's why it was, you can't compare Battletoads to Banjo-Kazooie. Come on, James.
I think you can, because if you look at like the last Banjo-Kazooie game, that did really badly. Like, that was one of the reasons why there was not another one. Yeah. That didn't do well.
It was critically acclaimed, and it was also a massive departure from... Yeah. Like, I mean, Nintendo wanted Banjo-Kazooie in Smash. That's actually not a defense of it, is it? Because they want everything in Smash, so it doesn't really count. But I don't know. No, I think this is just easy money, isn't it? I think so.
But then do Rare still make 3D platformers? Though.
Rare wouldn't need to make it though, would they?
Yeah, exactly.
Because they own Rare, they own the license. So just give it to someone else.
Yooka-Laylee devs.
I'll do it. I'll make it.
No, don't. Did you play Yooka-Laylee?
I'll tell you who's free at the moment is the Ballon team. They're
Fret off the success of Ballon Wonderworld.
Yeah. Are we gonna have a demo for Banjo? Because absolutely not. No. No demo for Banjo.
Yuji Naka joins the fight.
All right, James.
Oh, this is really tough now because the ones I've got left are a bit rubbish. I can't have Forza Horizon 5 by the end of this year, can I? Is that
No.
That's too obvious, yeah.
Yeah.
The Hideo Kojima one's gone. Okay, I've got Machine Games Indiana Jones game by the end of this year.
Oh, okay. I think there's no way that's going to happen. So yeah, knock yourself out. Okay. We haven't seen anything of it, have we?
What would they do? What did they? You're talking about this is the hit. No, who's doing the Indiana Jones thing?
Machine Games.
The Wolfenstein.
What did they do?
Wolfenstein, yeah.
Oh, the Wolfenstein. Right, okay.
It's IO Interactive are doing the James Bond one, aren't they? That's
right. Yeah. That's what was going through my head. Same thing, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
We haven't seen anything. But they've confirmed they're doing Indiana Jones. Is that all we know?
Yep.
Oh no, because there's that CGI thing where we saw like the hat, didn't we, in the map?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's highly unlikely it's going to come by the end of the year, but
there's no way.
Just sticking my neck out on that one.
Yeah, I'd be happy to be
something.
Wrong.
Okay. All right. Matt.
I think Microsoft are going to announce another acquisition. They're going to announce they bought.
No, don't say it. Don't say what I think you're going to say, Matt. Because
what is he going to say?
He's going to say Sega, isn't he? That's what he's going to say.
No, I wasn't going to say Sega.
Oh, really? Okay.
Going to say WB Games.
Surely not.
They're going to buy Warner Brothers.
They're going to buy Warner Brothers Games. Yeah.
I thought Warner Brothers has just been sold, haven't they?
No, there was talk about potentially being acquired, then not, but yeah, I reckon they'll say that.
Wait. When the rumours were coming about, who were they going to be acquired by?
Well, the rumours Microsoft would buy.
Right, okay, there's no way then. No way we're letting you have that prediction.
Why not?
What? There's already been rumours that Microsoft are buying WB Games, and you're saying your prediction is that they're going to buy WB. No way!
Well,
no way.
They announce it on stage. I mean, there's rumours. I mean, there's rumours about them buying Discord. We don't know what happened there.
They're going to announce it on stage, are they? Okay, you can have that prediction.
It's going to be announced at their show.
I mean, I don't.
Well, I don't know if their show's on stage. I don't know what it's going to be like. But they were during their 90-minute event. They will announce that WB Games has joined the Xbox family.
I'm not going with this.
I don't know if that makes sense because their portfolio's like too varied because you've got like Mortal Kombat. Is Hitman technically still theirs? I don't know.
And all Batman and all that stuff as well.
And they got the new Harry Potter one.
Yeah,
I don't know, but it's not whether you think the prediction's right or not. It's whether you think it should be allowed because I mean the rumours were buzzing around all this year, weren't they?
Mm.
Yeah, but then they died down. So they're right in there.
They won't remember. I mean, Sean, are you willing to give this to Matt?
I don't think it makes any sense, so therefore, why not? But then if there were rumours,
that's fair.
Go on.
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
So that's one vote either way.
Mm-hmm.
James, you've got the deciding vote. Does Matt get this prediction?
See, I'm saying yes because I don't think there's a chance in hell that it's going to happen. So
okay,
I'm happy with
that.
Well,
if David says no, then I can find something else.
No.
I'm saying yes.
We had the voting process. You can't overrule that. Matt completely disregarding James and Sean. Yeah, well, if Dave says no, then no, they've allowed it. So that's cool. So, we'll go with that.
So just to clarify, Microsoft will announce an acquisition. All right, next one.
No.
That's not the clarification.
Yeah,
that's not the clarification.
It's got to be WB Games. You have to specify who it is.
So it can't just be.
You tried to sneak one through then.
Really did.
Big time.
It can't just be Microsoft saying, "Look, we've acquired someone." Next game. Welcome here.
Right, Matt. So to clarify.
Yep.
This is where you clarify.
Your
prediction is...
The clarification is Microsoft is acquiring WB Games.
Right, okay. Cool. Okay.
Glad we've all agreed on that.
You know what I said? There might be time for what you've been playing. There won't be.
No, that's
Matt, you get to do the first Nintendo one.
Okay. Super Mario Odyssey 2 will be announced.
You're an arsehole. You're an arsehole. I'm right. He can't say that because that was my prediction from the start of the year, and I've got that down for this. He can't nick my prediction.
I can absolutely say that. I came first.
No, technically I came first because I announced this back in the first show of the year.
Well, yeah, but
Can we stop talking about who came first?
Yeah, because we both did it at the same time. No, but
pup.
this isn't like, here's a predictions show, everyone, apart from the ones we might have accidentally mentioned in the episodes leading up to this one.
No. There wasn't an accidental mention of it. There was another prediction show where I predicted Mario.
Yeah, but this is this prediction show.
You've stolen my prediction, man.
No, I mentioned a prediction I think is going to be happening. You were late. I came before you came.
I was dead late. How was I late? I said it in January.
It was my go, and therefore I said it, and it doesn't matter what you said in January or February or March or April or May.
So you've literally stolen my prediction. That's unbelievable. I mean, you can have it.
This episode is EV predictions, right? Not like, what has Sean, what has James said, what's David said? And I can't use that because they might mention that before. I didn't think about that. I just thought, what am I going to say on tonight's show?
I mean, I've got to say, I don't even remember we did a predictions at the beginning of this year.
We did. I was trying to remember.
We do it every year.
That was the one where you predicted. Sorry to ruin it for you, James, when you listen back to it at the start of next year. But that was the one where you predicted that Sony were going to announce a Game Pass competitor, but only for PS4 games.
Yeah,
that was.
I would stand by that they would do something crazy like that.
Okay.
Well, James, put it as one of your predictions now.
Nope.
Yeah.
Sony aren't there, are they?
Well, they might do a secret, and they might just mention it. You know, by the way, no, we're not E3, but we are announcing a Game Pass competitor where it's just for PS4 games. Goodbye.
You're shocking, Matt. You've lived off my ideas throughout this whole podcast journey of ours, and now you're doing it for the prediction show.
Just because you mentioned, I don't remember everyone's predictions at the start of the year. Do any of us remember
I
that?
have said that there's going to be a Mario Odyssey 2 for ages, and you've just gone, well, I'll go first on Nick David's ideas. Okay,
I didn't think,
fine.
what did I can't remember any of your predictions from January.
Oh, come on.
I didn't get back and listen to our January episode and say, I can't, that's a great one, I can't do that because Dave mentioned that then, he might mention it tonight 6 months later.
No, look. Okay, you can have it, right? If you want to steal my predictions, the stuff that I've been saying all year is going to happen, then that's up to you. If that's how you want to play this game. If you can't come up with your own predictions and you have to steal predictions from other people.
I've got plenty of predictions. Got so many.
I mean, you should go with them then and not steal them from people. But that's fine. That is fine.
Okay, so if I
locked in,
who's next?
James.
So what if James says it?
Well, he can't now.
Well, we can't have it because you said it.
Yeah. No. But
I don't think
I'm
James
saying
would
is
steal my predictions.
What I'm saying is, okay, what if I relent and say, okay, I won't take it because it was famously copyright David Turner's January 2021.
I'm not asking you to relent.
Aren't you?
No, you said several times you can have it.
I said, that's it. If that's the way you want to do it, if that's the way you want to go down.
but I don't want to get a point. You're like, well, that was my point, really, because I said it in January the 4th, 2021.
Well, it will be my point because I get it for the year-long prediction. So technically, I don't really care. Quiz. I mean, I was hoping for a double pointer, but that's fine, Matt. Matt, it's cool, man. If you can't come up with your own ideas, that's totally fine.
You can, though. I've got loads of ideas.
Poison chalice.
Well, you're saying that, but it's weird because you're stealing other people's, but you're saying that you've got your own.
Can I just say, one of Matt's earlier ones, also, I have seen online already. And
Which one?
What was the first one that he had? Can you remind me?
My first prediction?
Yeah. For Xbox.
Battlefield launching on Game Pass?
Yeah, that one. I saw that one today. I read it online.
Where did you see it?
I can't remember. I'd have to have a look.
Allmuckforum.com.
Was it on Rollmuck?
No, it wasn't on Rollmuck. I think it was somewhere else.
Matt, how many of your predictions have you stolen?
Well, no, these are... Look, there's lots of people talking about things, and I'm like, this is what I'm going to go with.
So fair one.
Okay,
unbelievable.
So it is one. Look, Battlefield 6 may be coming to Xbox Game Pass on day one. That's from Game Rant. They did that.
Yeah, Game Rant, my favourite gaming website.
Yeah. Also, I mean, also Games Radar. Battlefield 6 rumour claims the game is coming to Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, and so are you saying it's reported everywhere, so we can't use it because other people might have said it's a rumour that might be happening?
We've already locked it in now.
Yeah, it's already there, but
Do you know what, Matt? I hope you win. Because when you win, it's going to be known as the biggest theft of... I was sitting there the other day thinking, come on, I've got to think of all these ideas for predictions of that. I didn't know Matt was Googling top 10 E3 predictions 2021. Like, that is...
I wasn't doing that, didn't need to.
Okay.
James, what are your
just
predictions
listen to
again?
what I say.
James, what were your predictions? Just name some.
Which ones? What?
Just name any of the ones you mentioned tonight.
Okay, no mention of Fable or Perfect Dark.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talk about that online. Read next. Next.
I've seen lots of game stories that say that, like exactly that. You know, that's the headline, Matt.
Mm-hmm. I've seen lots of people talk about that. What else you mentioned? What other predictions you got in there?
Well, the Halo Infinite multiplayer battle royale coming this year, but then no single player. No one said that.
I've heard a lot of people say about that as well. But
no one said that.
I've heard people say about that.
No one said that.
Let's talk.
Okay,
anyway,
come on.
That's a prediction.
It's your next one, isn't it, James?
Yeah. So I'm thinking there's going to be a Zelda 3D games collection that's going to include Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. Can I have that?
Whoa, I've never heard of this one. On other websites I've reported something similar. This is a totally 100% unique idea.
Do you know, we were having such a nice show this week.
Yeah, it was working out all right, wasn't it?
Yeah. Then there was theft.
Yeah, a crime was committed.
It's not
broad
theft.
daylight.
It's nighttime, Sean.
I'll let you have that, James.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what is this? Is this like a double pack?
Yeah.
Zelda games.
This will be a double pack of Zelda games. Yeah. Similar to the 3D All Stars one, but but in this case it'll be Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. Yeah.
Okay, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
You see, I was going to go with they also throw in Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, but I don't think they won't be that generous.
I'm sorry, what?
Can you please call it Ocarina of Time?
Yeah.
How many years have I known?
I tried to do it wrong. Okay, Then I thought, okay, I usually say Ocarina of Time, and you say that's wrong. So then I said Ocarina of Time.
No. You usually say Ocarina of Time.
And I didn't say that this time. This time I said Ocarina.
No, you said Ocarina of Time.
You said Professor Ocarina of Time.
It's Ocarina. You know that's an instrument, right?
Fine.
It's
Whatever.
not a made-up thing.
Okay. Say it again, and I'll say it again. Go on.
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time. Okay, fine. Okay.
It still struggled. There was still like a micro stumble there. Right, okay. See, because that's what's annoying is that my big one was my big one. It was Super Mario Odyssey 2 announced, but so my next ones are crap. I really hate them. I've put new Mario Kart tracks. I think there'll be a new set of Mario Kart tracks just announced.
Okay,
why not? I don't think it'll happen.
So DLC for Mario Kart 8.
For Mario Kart 8.
I think it's CS.
No, for Mario Kart 8.
No.
I'm going to say Mario Kart 8. Yeah. I will. I'll nail down that one. I don't think it'll happen either, but wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice?
Really would.
Okay. If that was more of a head in the clouds one, I think. None of these will be right anyway. You know what Nintendo's like? None of these are going to happen.
It's just so hard to predict, isn't it?
Not when you listen to this show and the other presenters are actually, coming out with great ideas left, right, and centre. Then I guess it's pretty easy when you picked first.
I mean, I'm annoyed actually because James. I was going to say Wind Waker for Switch. I wasn't going to say the double pack that I've seen other people say online because I thought that was too obvious. But,
if you're going to steal an idea, you don't want to do it too obviously, do you, Matt?
I just went for the single one.
Go on, Sean.
I think they're going to announce a series of ports of old GTA games, going from 1, 2, 3, and Vice City. I did wonder if they could include 4, but I don't think they will. I think it'll just be up to Vice City.
See, this is so
that
mad
would be interesting
that this sounds...
if they did GTA 4 on the Switch.
Well, yeah, initially I was like, don't be ridiculous, but actually it ran on an Xbox 360, so
yeah,
technically feasible. But I think for
it's only 5. You can put 5 on there in that case.
But I think for the purposes of this, I think it will just go as far as Vice City.
See, this is so mad that this sounds like something you've heard, Sean. Like, is it just like
no,
on
I was
the
just trying to
grapevine?
think of like what would be a cool series
Sean's
to do.
in with the in crew, isn't he? He's in with the in crew.
Yeah, but as you know, Dave, my in crew's not very reliable. So.
I know that very well.
So
yes, I do. No, that's a very good point. All right, okay. Go on. What's your next one? Because you got two.
Yeah. So I think they're going to announce that Ichiban Kasuga from Yakuza Like a Dragon is coming to Smash. And initially, I was going to say that Kazuma Kiryu was coming to Smash, but I thought I'd better Google this to see if he already has, and I've just forgotten. And it turns out that Nagoshi, the series director, had said that he would never put Kiryu in a Smash Brothers game or any other beat 'em up because he can't stand the thought of him hitting a woman, which is obviously something that would inevitably happen if he was put in a beat 'em up.
Interesting fact about that. I'm really sorry. Well, I cut that. I was going to.
Fuck's sake.
Sorry.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm just going to bleep that, James.
Yeah, you just bleep it or whatever. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
But can you bleep the whole of that? Because otherwise it will sound. Otherwise somebody will have to guess.
I'm not going to do a 15-second bleep.
Well, they're going to guess. They'll guess what it is.
I don't want to see that character hitting a woman in a game, especially not Isabelle from Animal Crossing. Do you know what I mean? It's weird that Nintendo seemed totally fine with that, but I think that's we'll allow you that prediction.
Cheers.
My next two are so crap because I put all my effort in the first one. New Pilot Wings, fuck it, go on next. James.
Yeah. I'd love that.
New Pilot Wings, why not? Who cares? Who cares anymore? New Pilot Wings, fuck it.
I'd love a new Pilot Wings. That'd be spot on.
Yeah, but would you like that more than an F-Zero? That's what annoys me the most. Because, let's face it, they're more likely to announce a new Pilot Wings than an F-Zero. And that is frustrating as hell.
They're both completely as unlikely as each other, like to ever happen, so...
Hang on, so...
Why? Pilot Wings has come out in loads of stuff.
I was going to say, it came out more recently on the 3DS, didn't it?
3DS was the last one, but I don't know, I just
that
can't
was
see it.
Terrible. That game was terrible.
It wasn't very good. Yeah.
But was that the first one since 64, or was the other one since in between?
I think it was the first one since 64.
It was, yeah.
Right, and that I think it wasn't so good, so there's probably even less reason for them to think to go back to the well.
There's 64 and 3DS, but no, I just got a feeling that they're going to do something with the Joy-Cons or something. Oh, look, hold the Joy-Cons out and now you're an aeroplane.
It'd be like a little joystick in a helicopter.
Oh, of course they do the parachuting where you've got to hold your arms up with the Joy-Cons and then you can... Oh, this is actually brilliant, actually.
So we should write this down.
Get this out, Nintendo. This is brilliant. Bring the Joy-Cons back. I mean, you can't play it with the DS Lite, the Switch Lite, but who gives a fuck? Let's go. Okay, yeah, new Pilot Wings.
Nice.
James Farley.
Can I have no mention of any Metroid games at all?
No.
Yeah, I had that for mine.
No, I don't think you're all right with that. You'd have to add another game to it, like your last one.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's going to really annoy people, but I think that's what's going to happen.
I don't think we'll hear anything about that.
Was it last year or the year before they announced that they basically were starting from scratch?
The year before?
Yeah, I think it was last year.
Before.
No, it wasn't last year. There was no last year.
Yeah,
last year never
before,
happened. Yeah, it was the year before.
Okay, in that case, I think that we're going to get a big Animal Crossing update that includes at least one new structure.
Ooh.
One new structure.
I mean,
at least one.
I'll allow that just because they recently did a thing saying, "Oh, here's all the content for the next year," and it was the same shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, we'll let you have that.
Okay, but James, do you think Brewster will be in this one?
Yeah.
Okay,
well, that's not.
Right.
Is that part of the bet? I don't think that's part of the bet.
That's not part of the bet.
Yeah,
but I think that it probably will be something like that.
I think you're trying to convince us, so I think it should probably be part of the.
Yeah, if you want a bit more detail for us to really agree.
It's not part of the bet.
Okay, it's not part of the bet.
What?
Matt, you were going to allow it?
No.
Is original? Say no.
No. Absolutely not.
Yeah, nor am I. So James, you're going to have to add something to it. I'm trying to think, what could you possibly add to this prediction to get it through the...
Oh, bloody hell. Maybe a character.
Jokes aside, I think we just let him have it with a new update that includes at least one new structure.
So can you define new structure, James?
Okay, a new
building.
Yeah, a new building, basically. A new public building that you have.
Okay, awesome.
A new public building that you have.
Please do I would happily go back on Animal Crossing if they gave me a reason to do so. Please, just I want a massive update.
What are you talking about? It's wedding season, Matt, at the moment. You're not into that.
Do you remember wedding season?
Playing it. But,
remember that? Remember when you went to the place in the island and you took a photo once and just went, "This is pointless."
Yeah, and then like the maze is the same as last year.
The maze was a while ago. Don't worry about that. What's next? What's after the wedding thing?
I've no idea.
We've had bunny. You've had wedding. Emo season.
Where else do you go?
Right. Okay, Matt. What's your next one?
I mean. All of mine. Okay, I think we're going to get a Splatoon 3 trailer.
No way are you having that. No way.
Why not?
Because I wasn't allowed to have mine. I had
Splatoon 3 gameplay trailer.
I still don't think that's valid.
No, because we've basically already had, like, the last trailer had gameplay in it.
Did it?
Yeah. Only a
little bit, little snapshots of it, didn't it?
Oh, right. Oh, Christ, okay. No, okay, I get that. That's fine. Almost all of mine have been taken.
What, by other podcasts?
No, by you, dickheads.
Matt, that didn't stop you on your first prediction.
That was a different episode. What to do? Motherfucker. Okay. I will.
A prediction. You've got to do 2 in a row now, so this is going to be interesting.
Have I? Oh shit!
You've only stolen 1 so far. You've got another 2 to thieve.
I feel I should point out to everyone at home that, like, Matt will have a list of about 20. That's what he's trying to pick. He's not like thinking, "Oh fuck, I need to come up with one." He'll have loads
I've got a massive
down.
list, but there's only about 40 of them are Nintendo related, so it's very tough to nail it down. Okay. A new Donkey Kong game?
What? No, that's already been confirmed that they're working on it.
Yeah,
has it? No, it hasn't.
Yes.
Has it?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's been confirmed that Nintendo are making a Donkey Kong game.
Was it confirmed or was it just heavily rumoured?
I don't know.
There was news stories about it like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, was it? Okay, right. Okay. Well, I didn't see those news stories. Okay, I'm going to say...
be a new Switch coming out, anyone?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah, it was the one about... It was the Mario Odyssey team were making it. That was the rumour.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if it's a rumour... if it's a rumour, we
Mario
can't
Odyssey.
predict it. That's what we're saying, yeah?
Well, no, if it's like heavily rumoured, like if it's been reported on recently, I think that should be off the table.
Okay. Fuck, I don't know how I'm going to find 2. Okay.
In your list
Switch
with loads
Sports.
of them. That's what you're going to find.
Not Nintendo ones, or they've all been nicked.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say Switch Sports is getting announced.
I'll allow that.
Yeah, okay.
I think
yeah,
that's
it's not
fine.
going to happen.
Switch Sports being announced. Okay, fine.
Yeah. I'd love that.
Number 1, Matt.
I literally don't have anything else Nintendo on my list, so I'm going to have to freestyle it. Let's think. What have they done? What have Nintendo done in the past?
What have Nintendo done in the past?
Well, they're going to have to do more Zelda stuff for like, the anniversary. They're going to announce like Zelda Maker, like Mario Maker, but Zelda.
Okay, that's a big one. If they did that would be interesting.
Yeah, they're finally going to do it.
Zelda Maker. Okay. All right. I think we'll allow that.
Okay. Yeah.
James?
Can
I have Metroid Prime 4 trailer?
Well, hang on.
Yes.
Your previous one was they were never going to mention it.
I thought I'd go the other way, and see.
So one of them's guaranteed.
What type of trailer? Gameplay?
Whatever you said for the Fable one, the same as that.
Why is everyone nicking my shit?
No, can I say I think it'll be a CGI trailer. I think we'll see.
We'll see a CGI trailer, no gameplay.
No gameplay.
Okay.
But also, we might not see it at all.
Yeah, but we didn't allow that one.
Yeah.
So I think we've got to allow this.
Mm-hmm.
I also think...
So the game that's been announced and we know is coming, the fact there's going to
here's
trailer.
the thing, though, Matt. I also think that the next time they show Metroid, and I'm not convinced it'll be this year at this E3. I think the next time you show it, they've got to show gameplay. They can't put out a CGI trailer.
Yeah, they absolutely have to.
People go nuts.
Yeah.
So, what's the history of them announcing Metroid Prime 4? Was it literally just that one logo?
It was just one logo. Yeah.
So we saw a logo 2 or 3 years ago. Then they said we're scrapping development.
It was longer than
again.
that. The logo was like 4 years ago.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah.
And then they came out and said, "Nah, it's gone badly. We've started again.
Starting it.
We're gonna start again."
I think there's a chance they could show a CGI only thing, but anyway,
people would be very mad if they did that. I think
it
they'd be more
if,
mad
if they actually showed
did
anything. That'd be awesome. So I'll allow it.
I'll allow it too. Okay. This is the one that I scrambled when Matt stole mine. I just Bug Snacks coming out on Nintendo Switch.
Bug Snacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're going to show Bug Snacks on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, that's a good show.
Is it?
I don't know. It's
possible. Sean?
So I think they will announce that Splatoon 3 is coming out in March 2022.
March 20, that's very specific.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's coming next year, and the fact that you've put a date on it like that, then I think that's all right. The fact that you've dated it.
Well, the fact that you put a date on it like that is probably means that he has spoken to Jew Scribbles.
Yes.
Okay, fine. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah. So March 2022. Yeah. Did you want to go a bit more specific?
No.
You don't want the point?
No, because I'm not required to, Matthew.
You don't want the point? You don't want the whole point, okay?
I think they'd be mad to date one that far away. Like, even put it in a month, I think would be a crazy decision. So, yeah, I think I'll allow that. If it's going to be 2022, I think they'll say 2022. Or, Q1 2022 or something. I can't see them nailing it down to a month, considering everything that's going on. But, okay, we'll give you that.
Cool.
March 2022. Splatoon 2. Splatoon 3. Okay, all right, that's our Nintendo predictions. Let's get into our others. And we'll start with Sean. If we're going back and doing this back and forth thing, let's start with Sean.
So I wrote this one down and then realised that EA Play isn't until July, but I think maybe it's one they'll sneak into the Microsoft one.
They could do, yeah.
I think we'll get a CGI trailer for Fallen Order 2.
Fuck! That was one of mine.
Okay. That's good. I think that's too early. But I think that's too early.
You might be right.
Fine.
You might be right.
Yeah.
I think that'll happen.
It's so annoying that EA plays like a month later.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we will see some EA news. I mean, I mentioned Battlefield. I feel like
I've got a feeling Tights is their next game.
I mean, I'd prefer that, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but would the wider community? I'm not so sure. Right, okay. I've got my first of these random predictions is Mario and Rabbids 2.
Okay.
I reckon that's going to be announced at some point. Okay.
Yeah, I'm alright with that.
Yes.
Yeah,
I've got a silencer.
You can have that because I think that's not going to happen. But yeah.
Okay.
So
harsh.
So the Ubisoft conference is on Saturday. Nintendo's on Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying it's been announced at some point.
Some point.
Do you want to
get a bit more specific?
No, some point over E3 it'll be announced. I reckon.
What do you define the E3 period, David?
Before we do the our E3 show, isn't it?
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay. James.
I think that at Microsoft show, there's going to be an announcement of a Ubisoft vault of games for Game Pass.
Okay.
Similar to Ubisoft are joining Game Pass.
Yeah, similar to EA though, as in new releases will still be you have to pay for them, but then there'll be a whole bunch of older games that will be on Game Pass
James,
for free.
Are you talking about Ubisoft Plus?
Yeah, but on Game Pass.
But then you could say the same about EA Play or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what he's saying is a similar deal where Ubisoft are joining Game Pass Ultimate, like EA Player.
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen a bunch of people say Ubisoft Plus will be going into Game Pass Ultimate, so it's congratulations on your
where have you seen that?
Unique idea.
Where have you seen that, Matt? On your Google adventure?
I think maybe Jeff Grubb or someone said it.
One of those guys.
But it's fine. I mean, that's yours.
I'm only going to say yes because I don't think James follows Jeff Grubb or things that he says. So, like, I'm perfectly fine with him.
Who is Jeff Grubb?
There we go.
I think it's possible. It'd be pretty. Yeah. So that's their older titles, isn't it? Basically. Yeah. Do you get? Is it? Do they do like trials and stuff like EA do, or does anyone know?
No idea.
But yeah, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Okay.
Well, if you want to play old Division games and stuff like that, then yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, in terms of like the value, like they've all, EA Play, Ubisoft Plus, all the Xbox stuff. It'd be wild. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Come on. Ubisoft games are already on Game Pass, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They've had Ubisoft games on Game Pass before, so I kind of think they'd do it piece by piece like that, rather than go the full hog. And you know what I mean. The big thing with EA's one is that there were no EA games on Game Pass, and then EA Play joined Game Pass. So yeah, I think they'd just continue with that. So yeah, I think that's valid. Okay, Matt, come on.
Oh, was it me? Is it?
Yes, twice.
I've got to do two now. Okay, Final Fantasy 16 is unveiled.
Wait, what?
When has there been an E3 where Final Fantasy...
No, it's already been unveiled.
Has he...
Final Fantasy 16? Has it?
Yeah.
Has it?
Yes.
Final Fantasy 16?
Last year. I
was under the impression we hadn't seen a single peep out of it. Oh, right, yeah, we have. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, I'm really screwed now. Okay.
Is it really? Because the person I stole this prediction off of didn't mention that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Well, that was. Yeah, I can see the picture now. Okay, that's annoying. Okay. My prediction is that Persona 5 Royal will go to Game Pass.
Nah.
That's not good enough.
No.
Is it?
Why isn't it good enough?
It's just shit. That's a shit prediction.
Well, it'll go straight to Game Pass.
Yeah,
it's not out on Xbox yet.
Come on, you got to be a little bit more wild with these ones.
Okay. Oh,
so what is the whole thing going to be? Enter game name, will join Game Pass. Like, come on.
Probably, yeah.
This is supposed to be entertainment. Isn't it?
Well, tell James that.
What do you mean by that? What does that mean?
It's just a gag.
Well, one of your predictions was that two of your predictions were that they were not going to show something. So I can see what Matt's driving at.
That's also entertaining because it will really annoy people, and that's
it's true.
Well, for me, that's entertaining. But yeah.
Okay.
They will announce an exclusive Yakuza game for Xbox.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you.
A Yakuza game exclusive for Xbox. There's no chance. I think there's no chance of that happening.
Make much sense.
It doesn't make much sense.
I think it makes sense.
Absolutely not. I'll tell you why it doesn't make sense, Matt. You can have it, but I'll tell you why it doesn't make sense. Those games do a lot better in countries where they don't sell the Xbox that well. I can't see them doing an exclusive
that's true,
one.
But then also Microsoft like giving people money, don't they? You know, for these sorts of things.
They do, but you think the people that are fans of that series would just go absolutely ballistic if they can't play a new entry to the series that they love because they don't want to buy the Microsoft console.
Maybe they'll make it another...
I mean, Like a Dragon was on Xbox before PlayStation.
Sorry?
Like a Dragon was on Xbox before PlayStation.
No, it wasn't. It was on PS4 at the same time. It's just...
Oh, was it? Oh, okay, but it's on okay, so this next gen was it before PS5?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, that's what I'm going with.
Right, that's one of you two, right?
Oh, Christ, I've got to find the second one.
You've got to find a third one eventually.
What? Oh.
You've done one prediction in this segment, Matt.
Fucking hell.
It's taken you 3 hours to do it.
That's not true. Okay, they're gonna... Oh, can I say Resident Evil 4 remake announced?
No, that's already been announced.
Yeah, that's already...
No, it hasn't. It hasn't been announced.
I'm pretty sure it has.
It hasn't.
I mean, I'm checking.
Matt, you're well shit at this shit.
Hang on,
you're usually really good at this.
It has been announced. I'm just looking at Video Games Chronicle. It says Capcom is working on Resident Evil 4 Remake. Osaka-based M2 is leading development on the latest series reimagining. Cool.
Has that been confirmed? Was that a report?
They will be showing it off at E3 2021.
Okay, I'm going to go for it. We've all been waiting for it. I think there's going to be a new Splinter Cell game.
Absolutely not. You're not having that. We said this last time that you're not allowed to predict that every time we do an E3 prediction show, and this is the final straw. You're not allowing it. I'm not allowing it. And if I remember correctly, the last E3 show I wasn't on because I was on paternity leave, right? And you were laughing, going, "Well, yeah, I'm just going to do this next time. I'm going to do it every year. No one's going to stop me doing this." Well, this is where it ends. You're not doing it again, because I wanted to do F-Zero for Nintendo again. But then I remembered that I was going to slam you down if you predicted Splinter Cell. It's not happening. I mean, it's not just down to me. It's down to Matt and Sean and James as well. So if they both say yes, you can have it, right? But my official vote is no way can you predict that again. No way. James, what do you think?
I'm saying no because Matt's being an arse to me anyway, so I'm going to say...
Yes. Sean, which way would you have gone?
It would also be
like the end of Strictly.
It would also be a no from me, I'm afraid.
Oh, right. Okay, there's a no. Come on, Matt.
Oh, I'm really struggling now.
Just go crazy. Come on.
Let's see who else is it. Can you come back to me?
Sure, you could do two at the end. James, go on.
I'm going to go with Stadia are going to announce a big exclusive game at the PC Game Show.
I mean, that's a great prediction.
That's very good. I love that. Yeah.
You can have that.
It's spicy.
Absolutely. Right, I've got... There will be a Zoom conference sketch during one of these presentations.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that the oh no was dread. Not just...
Yeah. It'll be awful. It'll be awful.
Yeah.
And it's got to be a sketch. It's not just a Zoom conference call that we're watching as part of the presentation.
Yeah.
It's got to be clearly that they're playing things for laughs.
Yeah.
You know.
And not getting any. But yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Cool.
But it won't. No. If it's Microsoft, it will be on Microsoft Teams as well, not Zoom.
That's true.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Okay, right. So I'll correct that then. There will be a conference call sketch on one of these presentations. I'm not predicting, like, this isn't part of my prediction. That's the end of my prediction. But I think, as an aside, I think it will be on the what do you call it one? You know, what's that
Devolver.
bloody one? Devolver, yeah. They'll do a Devolver one, I reckon. But, okay, fine. Sean?
I think we'll get an announcement of a sequel to Vin Diesel's excellent video game Wheelman. I think Wheelman 2.
I thought you were going to say Chronicles of Riddick then, and that would have been up for that.
Yeah, you can have Wheelman 2.
Cool.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Back to me. My last one is...
Hang on, do I not get my...
Do
I not do... Two?
Oh, you do too.
Oh, yeah,
You're absolutely right. Sorry, this is your last one, isn't
it? So I think it'll be announced that Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is getting released for Christmas this year.
Right, okay, I think you can have that as well.
Because
that has been...
We've still seen fuck all, haven't we? It's been very odd.
We have.
Yeah.
It's been a very strange development process, that game. Everyone was assuming that it was coming out with Rise of Skywalker, and that was in 2019.
Well, this is like my rationale for this is that basically it's going to be a funny couple of years for Star Wars, I think, and I think they sort of need to get it out this year. I think if they leave it till next year, it's going to be a bit like it's basically going to be like only the people who bother to watch the TV shows are going to be interested. You know?
Yeah, people were expecting it in the summer though, weren't they?
True.
So
yeah.
Okay. So my last prediction is the full video of one of the conferences will leak online before it's planned to be shown on the E3 feed.
Oh no!
Because on the one hand, you think, well, how would they allow that to happen? Surely that would never happen, but it already has previous years.
Or on the other hand, Sean, they have to prep these and finish them way beforehand.
Yep.
And they're sitting on servers.
Yep.
They are being, distributed across the internet waves.
Yeah.
There are. Yeah, I reckon it will leak one of them. I know I'm probably not Nintendo or Microsoft, but one of them will leak online. I think.
See, I would have thought Microsoft would be the one, but I don't know.
Possibly.
Yeah, that's what the leaks are the worst bit. I hate
leaks too.
A day before, you're like, oh, great.
Yeah, so the one that I missed, the whole conference leaked, like everything that was being announced.
The
was
Microsoft
leaked
one,
online for Microsoft, yeah. So that's awful, isn't it? But yeah, I reckon that'll happen. But I'm talking more than that, not just the details. I think the
actual video file,
somewhere. Yep. There'll be like clips on Twitter and shit.
I bloody hope not. That'd be bad.
So do I. I hope not to. James, last prediction.
I think we'll get a trailer for Star Wars Squadrons 2.
Okay.
Wow, that's early. Okay. All right. You can have that. That would be really quick, wouldn't it? They only come out at the end of last year.
It did, but then I think it did very well, and I think that they probably are going to rush out a sequel quite quickly with more stuff.
You think it did really well? It's already on PS Plus, isn't it? They gave it away on PS Plus.
That doesn't mean that it's done terribly badly.
No, I suppose not. Okay, Matt, come on, you've got two now.
Okay, I've got two biggies.
Enough time.
Got two biggies. I'm going to see Elden Ring gameplay.
God, Elden Ring. How have we got this far without mentioning that? Jesus.
I don't know where that sits. You're a better judge of this, Sean. Would that be a big prediction?
I mean, there's already been little leaked bits of footage, but I mean, they were obviously journalists filming stuff on their phones and stuff. It was really sort of quite underhand. But that suggests that a while ago it was in a state to be shown to some people. So I think it's fine as a prediction, but I
think there's just as much chance as no mention of it as there is gameplay of it. Who knows where that game is? See,
I think you should have that because I read recently that there's no way it's going to be there, and also Silksong as well. They've said it's not going to be there either. So it's I think.
Oh shit! Okay. I forgot that. Never mind.
What's your last one?
Next one is Quantic Dream's new game is announced and it's multi-platform. I think they mentioned a while ago that they can do multi-platform games.
Quantic Dreams mentioned a while ago that they're going multi-platform. Yeah.
Yeah. So their new game will be shown off.
I don't think they're in a position to be announcing anything at the moment, are they? Given the ongoing
apart from apologies, for different things. Yeah.
Okay, we'll give that to you because I can't spend another hour with Matt going. I don't. So, okay, that's it. They're our predictions for E3 2022. I will be coming offline, or at least avoiding all E3 news from Wednesday, and then we're recording the following Tuesday for the podcast to come out on that Wednesday morning. And then we'll look forward to next week. I can't wait to hear all about it. I really can't. So yeah.
Yeah, I hope it's a good one. It's so hard to predict. Are we going to see loads of stuff? Are we going to see loads of just CGI because no one's everyone's struggling to make the games? I can't.
And we all know that Microsoft have got to come out here. They've really got to show some stuff.
I really think
they absolutely
cannot
have another conference where they just have loads of logos again.
Yeah, it can't be that.
I think it's going to be excellent. Okay. I think they're going to have at least 4 or 5 stuff that's coming out very soon as well. It's I really think it's
we'll
they're
see.
Going to smash it.
Not long to wait now. Not long to wait. Is anyone doing a show on Sunday, Matt?
There's loads on Sunday.
Yeah,
during the Euros and stuff.
Well, so Sunday is Xbox. That starts at 6 p.m. and then Square Enix that starts at 8:15.
Right, okay. So nothing's clashing with England Croatia. That is fine. That one, right? Okay. I mean, not that I've got a choice anyway. So, okay. Should we get on to questions then?
Yep, can do. Questions. If you want to send us questions, visit tcgs.co/dear TCGS. Aaron Farr has done that. He says, "What's up, lads?" I know you guys have spoken about this briefly in other podcasts, but this has been on my mind for a bit. During the PS3/360 generation, AAA games were about 35 to 40 quid. Then they went up to 45 quid at the start of the PS4/Xbox One generation. By the end of the generation, they were at prices around 50 to 55 pounds, and now they're 70 fucking pounds. The thought of paying 70 pounds for a game is what's putting me off getting a PS5. Do you guys think Sony have blatantly lied about the whole game prices haven't gone up for a while line? There might be a fair statement in the US where games are typically $60, but in the UK they've risen steadily in the last 10 to 15 years. Just seems to me like they're being chancers. Cheers, lads.
Although I see your point, I really don't remember 360 games being £35 to £40 at launch.
No, I thought they were at least 40.
They were more than that.
Yeah.
They were.
40,
I think they were like 45.
I thought they were 45.
Yeah.
And
they were. There was no way they were £35 on launch day, was there?
Yeah,
no.
And there's that whole thing of, if you actually adjust for inflation, games are actually cheaper than they were in like the N64 days, for example.
You'll set James off.
Yeah. But also, this is Sony just being chancers. I agree. Sorry, they are just. Yeah, I think I still think it's
70
ridiculous.
quid is a lot.
It's ridiculous. Yeah,
but I also think it's way worse with what Microsoft are doing. Like, because if Microsoft were releasing games in the same way for 70 quid, I think there would be less uproar about it. Like, because, but it just seems so crazy that Sony have gone out alone to release £70 price point for games.
And this will become an even bigger difference once Microsoft start actually releasing stuff like regularly, like really good quality stuff regularly, which I really think they're going to, and we're going to see that from this E3. Then it makes Sony look even worse, because you're like, if it's coming to Game Pass and it's like, you're not paying anything extra, it's difficult.
The crazy thing is, like 2 years ago, you imagine someone turning around to you and saying, "Do you know the next Ratchet and Clank game? You're going to pay £70 for that bad boy. And you're going to look forward to it. You're going to look forward to paying that." So you're a mug.
And then we say, and also there's going to be a global pandemic. And you go, sorry, tell me about this Ratchet and Clank thing. What's the...
yeah. What are the loading times like? Lightning quick. Okay, brilliant.
Yeah, the other day I sold Resi Village in CX, and I was like, 35 quid, that's amazing. It's been out a couple and I realised I know games are more expensive now, so actually not that great. Also, Aaron Farr, is that like a I Run Far thing? I Run Far?
No, I think that's...
Marathon runner Aaron Farr.
No, I think that's just his name.
Yep. See, we're paranoid now.
I think you just...
Yeah, super paranoid.
I Run Far. Oh, Aaron,
they got us again.
Now you've got that in your head.
Right,
okay.
Kurt Lewin says, "Hi, gents, all the best to Dave with his impending operation. A few episodes ago...
Tomorrow morning, as I'm recording this, that's getting done.
Nice.
We're doing talks over, aren't we?
I mean, yeah, live streaming it. Get that
live on Twitch.
Get that on TikTok, mate.
You've got to stick me in a hot tub though, otherwise we'll get banned.
Probably help.
Actually, isn't the rule that you've just got to be? It's not that you have to be in a hot tub. The rule is that you can show more if you're in a situation where you would naturally have to show more, right?
I mean, I haven't
read all the policies.
Actually, in theatre would work, right?
Oh yeah,
I'm not talking Wimbledon theatre.
No,
I'm talking like actually
operation.
That would be fine.
Yeah.
Bit of a weird stream though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Me sitting there.
It'd be just a close up of
Mr.
your
Turner?
face throughout, and we all have to guess when they're doing
okay,
it.
Mr. Turner, we're just making the incision. Okay, thanks for the sub, Shy Guy. Appreciate that.
How does it smell,
the
Dave?
surgeons will be saying to you, thanks for the bits.
Yeah. We've got a raid from Bonalord69. Thanks very much.
Bot fucking 3,000.
Kurt says, a few episodes ago, Dave mentioned how his dad likes to have his ketchup with his steak. That's something I also do.
No.
But it got me thinking, do you have any weird food concoctions which are frowned upon, which you really like? I feel
Okay, I have got an answer, but no, I didn't say that he likes ketchup with his steak. It was an egg, remember?
Oh, yeah.
He likes an egg on top
famously.
of it.
Just thinks every steak is gammon.
Come on, get the show right.
I can't believe your dad likes ketchup with steak.
Mine is this, and I didn't know this was weird until very late on in life. I'm talking like late 20s, early 30s, right? So me and my family, whenever we ordered a Chinese meal, right, we would order like a
succulent Chinese meal.
A succulent Chinese meal. I would order like a chow mein
Mm.
and egg fried rice. And it wasn't until later on in life they were going, why wouldn't you order a main dish? I was like, what are you talking about? Why wouldn't you order a main dish? I was like, yeah, that is my main dish, the rice and the chow mein. No, they're two side dishes. It's like having chips and onion rings for dinner.
I mean, I could do that.
Is it?
I could do chips and onion rings for dinner. But
Yeah, it's true. But that's what I used to do.
Yeah.
And it blew my mind that that's not what you're supposed to do. So apparently that's the wrong way of ordering a succulent Chinese meal.
fair enough.
Have a look at the headlock here.
I not a lot, but I put a bit of
Not a
not a lot. As a famous magician once said, I put a bit of mayonnaise in my scrambled egg.
Oh, that's
Ooh, that sounds
disgusting.
great.
Yeah, I know people
No, it
don't
doesn't.
like that.
Fuck you,
Look,
Sean.
it's just two different forms of egg, Dave. What's the beef? It's fine.
At what point do you put that in, Sean?
No,
In the pan
neither.
or afterwards?
In the pan, but like after it's off the heat, obviously.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you do what you want, but that sounds weird to
You
me.
don't want-
It's
I
like,
mean, I
imagine
love
having...
mayonnaise and egg, so that sounds... I might do that.
There you go.
Yeah, but then you'd have an egg and bacon sandwich. You wouldn't have a bacon sandwich with mayonnaise in it, would you?
I could eat that as a push.
I could do... Yeah, because that's almost a BLT.
It's a push. Right, okay. Next time you're coming round, James, I'm making you a bacon
Dave's just like,
sandwich
there you
and
go,
putting
eat
mayonnaise on it. Yeah, shoving it in his face. Like. Socially distanced, of course.
Yeah, obviously. No hugging, no touching.
No touching. Yeah.
I also, whenever I get a Mackey's,
God.
I also dip my chips in the milkshake.
Oh.
Oh, I know people that do that.
It's nice.
Get out of
Nice.
Hmm.
I like it.
it. No, thank
I
you.
mean, I love both of them things separately. Again, I haven't tried
Well, there you go. There's a
the
whole
combination.
new world waiting for you, Matt.
I'm trying
I'll
to,
tell you-
I'm
I'll tell
trying
you
to
another
stop
thing.
McDonald's, actually.
I think we've spoken about this on the show before, but when I have my cereal, I don't have milk in it.
Oh, God.
Oh, for
I wish you hadn't
fuck's-
reminded me of that.
I'll make it worse.
Yeah.
I'll make it worse. When I was a kid growing up, I used to do that with Weetabix.
Ugh.
Oh,
I
that's-
just used to have just a Weetabix and eat it.
that is very dry.
Just like a
It's
little
dry with
biscuit in
milk.
your hand, just munching
Yeah.
away.
It was like
Rabbit.
that. Yeah. I don't know. In my head, the thought of pouring cold milk over a cereal is fucking foul. And I know that's weird. I know I'm the odd one out, right?
Yeah.
But it's like just pouring a drink on your dinner. Like it's just for me that's weird. And yes, I have gravy on my roast. Before you email in Gary Dutton, I find a meat-based liquid on my meal not the same as pouring, it would be like pouring Ribena on my chips or something. That's the way my brain goes with it. It's, yeah.
I have to,
Not
sometimes
so
I have
sure.
to not think about chutney too much because I'm just like, this is just jam that you can put on your dinner. What's happening?
It's true.
There's no rules anymore.
Yeah.
Right, David Cutlery Cage says,
Whoa,
sorry.
we got Matt and James to
Oh, sorry,
answer
sorry,
these
sorry, go on.
questions. I bet they've got some crackers.
Not really. I mean, I just put curry powder on most things if I can.
What?
Because
What do you mean?
cake.
Well, like if you
Cereal.
so for example, you're doing like baked beans or whatever, just dump a load of curry powder in it as well. To
Okay.
Beans I
Yeah,
kind
it's a
of
good
get.
shout.
yeah.
But
You can have spicy beans.
what's the weirdest one you do that
I don't know.
with? What's the weirdest thing you've tried that with?
Scrambled egg, done it with that. That was all right. That wasn't too bad. I mean,
Okay.
I'm just trying to think what else I've done it with. I mean, I do it with
Toast? Have you just put it on your toast before?
with like other things, obviously.
That's weird. Go on.
Like if you're getting like some lovely fish or whatever, and then you like mash it
Lovely
up,
fish.
and then you like
Fish
put
on
some,
toast.
Yeah, and then put some like curry powder all over it, and then just toast it. It's nice.
Okay.
No.
Can I have some fish and curry powder on toast, please, Mum?
Yeah.
Well, no.
No,
Well,
not
you
fish,
could have
Dave.
just
Lovely
asked for the
fish.
special, but all right.
Okay, James. Curry powder, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
no,
like that.
You'll
Yeah.
get it for Christmas.
Yeah, I can't do the same. I like to put cumin in a lot of food.
Yeah, not wrong with cumin.
Ask me how I'm spelling cumin. No, yeah, I mean, in mashed potato, it works really well. And
There's got to be something weirder than that, though, Matt, surely.
bloody love. No,
James, have
I
you
mean,
ever put curry powder on your roast dinner?
Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes I put it over potatoes when we roast them.
Brilliant. That's that. You know, right? I don't know if you noticed this, Sean.
Yeah.
So he dropped that story about putting curry powder on stuff, and I was looking for the right level of weirdness, just the right level of it, so that we get the feedback going next, on our next show, right?
Yeah.
Curry powder on your roast dinner is the headline there.
No, it's on roast
there.
potatoes. Like, you can do it on roast potatoes. It's great.
Yeah, it's on your roast dinner. Yeah, that's weird. That's curry powder on a roast dinner. That's the headline.
I just like things with a bit of a kick,
Fucking hell, go on.
It's not really a concoction, but I do have a spoon that is the only spoon I will possibly eat cereal with. I've had the spoon, I guess, since I've been born, and it doesn't matter if that one's dirty and everything. I've got there's loads of clean spoons in the cutlery drawer. I will only eat cereal using this one spoon.
You've kept
if there's a fire in this house
since birth.
Yeah, I think my parents must have bought it for me, and that's basically
obviously.
The one.
Yeah, I mean,
no, I mean, to celebrate my birth, here's a spoon. Yeah,
but that's not the weird. The weirdness is not who bought it for you, Matt. That's irrelevant. It's the fact that you've kept that for nearly 40 years, and you still will only eat your cereal with that one spoon.
Matt, do you get also if anybody else tries to use that spoon, do you get annoyed? And be like, that's Daddy's spoon.
Well, I mean, Elodie has started using it, and I'm like, I love you,
What's
Elodie.
What's the spoon? What does it look like?
It's just like a silver spoon with what looks like a kind of a star or something on it.
So you're literally saying you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth? Is that what you're saying, Matt?
And it's still there today.
Matt, how big is this spoon? Is it tiny?
Yeah, that's the question I've got.
It's like a nice middle. It's like a nice size. It's not tiny. It's not massive. It's perfect.
Yeah, but surely you changed in size from when you were born.
Yeah, well, no, it would have been way too big for a baby to use, but right now it's perfect for me to use.
All right.
I mean, Jill thinks it's incredibly weird.
Yeah.
Well, Jill is correct.
Yeah, and basically, if Jill ever says, "Oh, yeah, I've made a cereal or there's some cereal here," and I'm like, "This isn't a spoon. Why are you handing me this spoon?" You know what spoon
because she's trying to sort it out, man.
Yeah,
she's trying to sort the situation out here.
If there was a house fire, obviously, I'll grab Elodie, grab our rabbits, and the third, and Jill, obviously, and the third thing I'll grab will be the spoon.
Even though it's red hot and burning into you, melding with your skin.
I'll find a way to grab it.
It's one of those. Do you remember those rabbit? What's the fucking famous Beatrix Potter spoon? That's what I've got in my head.
Peter Rabbit.
Yeah, like with the handle is all decorated, and then it's got that little piece in the middle with a rabbit on it, and it's probably worth a bit. Like David Dickinson will be like, "Oh fucking hell, you got off for more than that." Do you know what I mean?
All I'm saying is it's a special spoon, and it's the only spoon I use to eat cereal.
Okay, and is it just for cereal? It's not for you wouldn't use it for desserts or anything.
No, I probably won't use it for soup. No, it's like a cereal spoon.
All right.
So it's even more niche.
Yeah.
Okay, we need a photo of that spoon put on Twitter. Thank you. When this
it's not
podcast
very exciting, but okay.
Actually,
it's just that's private between me and the spoon.
Hold on, you can't say it's not very exciting if you've kept it for 40 years and it's the only spoon you use.
It's just a spoon.
Well,
clearly not.
Exactly that. Get rid of it and use a different one.
No one else will care about it, but it's my spoon.
All right.
I am a bit sad that we have to call this E3 predictions or whatever, and we can't call it special.
There's been so many titles.
Yeah.
It's my spoon. One. Okay. Right. Let's get to the last question.
This comes from David Cutlery Cage. Fittingly enough, he says, "Bonjour. Patreon introduce a new tier where everyone on there has to have a tier for £100,000. What do you include in the tier to entice people to sign up?" I mean, I go with Matt's special spoon.
Yeah,
would be my.
You get Matt's special spoon.
That's not happening.
For $100,000, yes, it's happening.
Well, no, but what if more than one person signs up?
We just.
The first one gets.
Break it up.
No,
you can just have a relay system. Like you get it for 1 week. And...
No one's getting it, even for $100,000.
Oh, come on, Matt. Fuck off.
Okay,
100 grand.
What if you go to their house and they're allowed to eat one bowl of cereal with it and then give it you back?
Why has it got to revolve around my spoon?
Because this is an intervention. We need you to sort this spoon thing out, Matt. In fact, the whole show was set up for this to get to this point.
Yeah, 5 years in the making.
But you're going to get 100 grand out of it. Well, no, sorry, 25, because we'll obviously we need to cut as well.
You split everything 4 ways.
Yeah.
It seems even less worth it now.
Do you know what? You could buy a spoon from IKEA for about 50p and keep the rest of the 25k that you get.
I wonder how many times in Matt's
life,
like the spoon's gone missing, and either his wife or his mum and dad have been like, "Fuck, I need to just replace it with an identical one before he notices, or he's going to fucking flip."
100 times. I reckon.
No way.
I reckon he. Yeah,
no,
that is not
happened.
the original spoon.
It's never
That's
happened.
not the original spoon, is it?
It is. It is the original spoon.
Do you keep it in like a little box or something, like separate from the other
box? It's called a
box?
cutlery drawer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it is normal. Fucking, you can't play it like that, Matt. What else could we give him? I mean, something to do with James probably turning up and playing Juiced with him.
I thought you were just going to say sex, but okay.
What?
No, that's what David implied. That's what he calls it.
A juiced session with James.
What?
I'm playing Juice, baby.
But Sean, what would Sean be able to offer?
I'll come around and cook dinner.
100k.
I'll cook dinner for you.
Yeah, a live Bell's Kitchen.
Yeah. Oh, no, I won't be entertaining. I'll be like, no, you fuck off. Just let me do the food.
No, they've got to sit in the kitchen.
I mean,
they paid 100 grand.
I mean, 100 grand will probably be what you'll need for all the ingredients that he gets from Waitrose.
Not with staff discount.
Political.
Not with staff discount. No. Mine would be easy. It'd just be a photo op, innit? That's what they want. It's worth that.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just sign photo.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Sign photo.
I think also we all have to get a tattoo of that person's choice.
No. We don't need to do that.
It's 100 grand.
Drop that in there. Yeah, mate, you wouldn't need to give up a fucking spoon 3 minutes ago.
Look, I'm just thinking about value here for 100 grand.
I mean, let's face it. I don't think there's anything I can do that is worth £100,000. It's just not possible.
Hand job?
No, but if we all club together, that's the point, isn't it? Have you still got a signed photo of me up in your house somewhere, Matt?
Yeah, it's still up in the above our kitchen table or dining room table.
Okay. Bizarre.
Still got that.
Okay, that's a bit weird.
I've still got a picture of you naked in the bath of all them games as well. That's also in the lounge.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
I mean, not fully naked, but
no. Right, okay. Is that it?
That is it.
Cool. Well, thank you so much. No. Socials, Matt. Socials.
Yeah, so this Wednesday, we're doing a Patreon Talks Over. So if you're at £8.50 and above tier, you get to watch us talk over. And we're talking over E3 2009, the Microsoft conference, where they announced Project Natal and Milo and all sorts. That's what we're doing. That was Wednesday night at 9 p.m. But from Thursday onwards, we're talking over E3 2021.
I should put disclaimer in that. If my balls are okay, I will be there because that is very soon after the operation. Yeah. So
it's 48 hours, isn't it? Oh no, it's...
yeah. We'll see.
Well, we'll see. I mean, maybe Dave will be lying down. He'll be horizontal during it. But
that is the. I should point. That is the day the bandage comes off. So exactly.
Well, maybe we can do the great reveal on the stream.
See, also, it might be a bit dangerous because there's probably going to be quite a lot of funny stuff in that conference as well. And
that's true, a lot of laughing. Yeah.
And a ball fall out. Is that what you're thinking?
No, it's just intenses. Laughing can tense certain muscles in that area.
Really dropped the bollock there, didn't you, Dave? Literally. Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, but Thursday onwards, we're talking over E3. So myself, Sean, James, it starts at Thursday for Summer Game Fest. That stream starts at 10 to 6. There'll be a tweet and post on our socials, so look for that for like the actual schedule. But essentially, we're going to talk over everything we can. The only rule really to remember is we'll be live 10 minutes before the conference starts for each of them. So there you go.
And remember, Friday, straight after the Koch primetime gaming stream. I don't know why you kept saying Koch at the start. I've just realised it's Koch, isn't it?
That's how it's pronounced.
It's
Isn't it Koch? Well, Koch Media.
It's German, isn't it? So it's halfway between the two, but people tend to say.
Well,
I think most
Koch.
people say Koch just for the avoidance of all doubt.
Shouting the word cock over and over again. Remember, directly after that, we're going to be on the TLNA show on Twitch, so definitely tune in for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Okay.
If you have Amazon Prime, you've got Twitch Prime Gaming, you get 1 free sub a month. We'd love if you go over to our channel, maybe during one of our talks overs, to give us your free monthly subscription. We love that and we really appreciate it. Patreon, as we just mentioned, patreon.com/TCGS. The monthly bonus podcast will be out this week, and Talks Over, as I just mentioned, and tcgs.co is the website for everything else.
That's it. The next TCGS will be our E3 coverage. I will find out what happens as the podcast is being recorded. I didn't know how to word
Telling Turner 2.
Telling Turner 2. It's happening. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for living it. Make sure you never put curry powder on your roast dinner, and make sure you don't care about what spoon you use to eat your cereal.
Don't you ever touch my spoon.
Goodbye, everyone.
Have a great E3.
Goodbye.
Bye.